The heart of a lion means following your passion with an intensity unmatched by others. You're not measured by the number of times you get knocked down. Success is measured by the number of times you get back up.
First college I came to see was the Mount, and when I got here, I just felt like I felt at home. Everybody was inviting, and it just felt like, a home away from home.
I came to the Mount because I get the support of that small school feel that I really, really loved. I thought I wanted to go to a big school, but once I actually got there, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I felt like I was just a number.
We have incredibly small class sizes here at the Mount.
I come to this campus and I know where everything is. It's got all the resources I could ever need. Everything's just been wonderful.
The most important thing when a student comes to a small liberal arts university is that they are developing a relationship with a faculty member. Both in the classroom, but also during advising sessions, we're finding out about their goals and helping them navigate how to get there.
I had a student that struggled early, athletically and academically. One-on-one meetings, getting to understand that student, where they come from, and just a little bit about their background helped me reach them better.
Every student at the Mount is different. Some of us have things going on outside, some of us don't, but having that cater need to learn about you as a student and to help you overcome whatever your hardships are outside.
Seriously, I was the only person who had kids, so my circumstance was very unique.
Freshman year, heading towards exams, and I couldn't take it anymore. It was too much. And I walked into my advisor's office and I looked him dead in his eye and told him I'm gonna drop out. He closed the door and talked to me. Ever since then, I told myself, I'm not giving up.
UltimateSportsTalk.com now presents Mount St. Joseph University football. We're minutes away from the kickoff of today's game, so it's time for the Lions pregame show. A look at the upcoming contest and interviews. And now, the Lions pregame show. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Schueler Field on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University, where today we have got college football action for you, and this one should be a very entertaining football game. It's the final home football game of the spring for Mount St. Joseph University. I'm Dave Mitchell, along with Dan Benjamin. Glad to have you along this afternoon on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Today, the Bluffton Beavers come to town with a record of 3-2 on the year, but they have lost 2 in a row, taking on the Mount St. Joseph Lions, who are 2-1 on the season. After an opening day loss to Rose-Hulman here at the Mount, The Lions have now won 2 in a row, including last week's win over Defiance, 41-22. Bluffton's coming in off of a loss last week at home to Franklin by a final score of 26-21. Bear, we talked a lot about last week how the secondary for the Lions was depleted, but it was the next man up mentality. That's going to have to be the same situation for Bluffton here today, as they are without their starting quarterback, Zachary Nobis from Bryan, Ohio. He is out with a concussion. Their leading rusher, Darian Greeley, in the backfield. He's out with an ACL, and they've lost 2 of their top 3 receivers, so it's next man up for Bluffton today.
Yeah, absolutely. In such a physical sport in football, you never know when you're going to be the next man up, as you said, and you're one play away from being in if you're the number 2, and 2 plays if you're the number 3 in the depth chart. So Bluffton's got to rely on those guys, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do and if they reshuffle anybody from offense to defense and vice versa. But as you said, they're 3-2 and coming in with 2 losses. They're looking to turn things around. Well,
last week the Lions secondary, we told you about their depletion, but Troy Speakman did end up playing in the game. Noah Abel played. Andrew Pierce last week, Bear, boy, he caused an interception, played really well in the ballgame in his first start, and not just his first start, but the first game he's ever played on defense.
Yeah, it was exciting to watch that young man, and he not only played well on defense, he got in a little offense. He did a great job on special teams. We mentioned his name so many times last week. You could just see his energy, and I don't know if it's due because he got the opportunity to play more or if he was just flat out ready to play last week.
Well, it was a good game. Noah Durham, he also had an interception on the pass that Pierce hustled back and knocked up into the air, and Durham came away with the interception. But the Lions have really, their defense, which is second in the conference in scoring defense, by the way, has really been built around the 2 inside linebackers, Julius Fisher and Jonathan Finn. And Fisher led the team in tackles last week. He had 14 total tackles, 8 solo, and a pair of tackles for loss in the ballgame.
Yeah, those are 2 special seniors that Hop has on his defense, and Rick Thompson's going to miss them. Fisher and Finn, I know, I got the call 2 years now with you, and I always was mentioning those 2 guys in the play on the defensive side and on special teams as well. And 2 great leaders, and the defense has been pretty solid the last couple of games here at home, and obviously against Franklin.
Coming into the week, Fisher was 4th in the Heartland in tackles. Do you know who number 1 is?
Finn.
Jonathan Finn.
Baby.
Number 1, Jonathan Finn. He's the other side of probably, I would say, and I think you'd probably agree with me, the best linebacker tandem in the Heartland Conference.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. Like I said, they're 2 seniors, and they do a great job of communicating. They seem undersized when you see them on the field, but boy, they get to the ball, and they know exactly what they're doing out there. And like I said, Rick Thompson, I don't know if these young men are coming back next year with the NCAA giving them that extra year of eligibility, but boy, they're going to miss those 2 when they decide to walk away from the game.
And earlier today, we had the opportunity to talk with Jonathan Finn about his season so far.
John, before today's game against Bluffton, first of all, I want to go back to the last few games that you guys have played, and you've been doing some outstanding things. I want to talk a little bit about just the improvement that you've made from 2019, the last time you played, up until now. Talk a little bit about what you've done to improve yourself.
I appreciate that. I've just been, putting in the work outside of football too, in the weight room, on my own. And then I got to give credit to the guys up front too, eating those blocks up for me and then allowing me to make those plays.
When you come up to the line of scrimmage, John, and you mentioned the guys up front, what are the keys that you're looking at linebacker to see what you should be doing?
We look at if there's a tight end in the game, and then just where the running back's lined up too, and then depend like the receiver set. So that all depends where I go and how I line up.
Okay, let's say that there's a tight end in the game. What do you look for in that?
Whether he's on the ball or off the ball, and then I'm usually to that side. So if he's on, we'll pull to him. If he's off, we'll pull away. And then I'll just read him for a run pass too.
What would you say right now are your strengths as a linebacker?
I'd say mine's just playing fast and knowing the defense. Being here for 4 years, I can go out and play. I know everything, so just trust my instincts and play downhill.
How do you complement the success of Julius Fisher?
That's another guy that's played all 4 years, so he talked about playing fast. So a lot of teams have to block him, so that leaves me unblocked. And then, like Coach Thompson always says, the unblocked player has to make plays. So that's what I try to do.
That's you.
Yeah.
How does Julius Fisher and his play complement you? I'll just flip that question around.
Yeah, so I think a lot of times I have to insert myself into the passing game, so that leaves him in the box. So like last week, when I was out of the box, he was in there and had 14 tackles. So he just lets him play and do his thing.
You know, there's a lot of talk about how you build a defense, you build a football team right up the middle, and linebacker is one of those, and we've got 2 linebackers now in you and Fisher that are playing outstanding. How much better are you guys now than you were when you first walked onto the campus here?
Oh, we're so much better. I think it's cool to see how we grow, because we both came in together, and we didn't even come in as linebackers, but now we're here, senior year, and we've come a long way, but it's cool to see.
John Finn, our guest, just a couple more questions. John, how strange has this been playing spring football and especially the games in the spring?
It's been a little strange, but at the end of the day, I like it. Glad to be back out after we've been saying all year almost 500 days of not playing. So I'll take any opportunity to play that I can get.
John, what are you studying?
I'm a business management major, and then next year I'm going on the grad school to get my MBA.
Great. So we'll see you again next fall?
Yes, sir. I'll be here.
All right, John, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That answers your question, Bear. He will be back next year along with Fisher in the fall, I guess I should say.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, you know, like I said, Rick Thompson's got to be excited about having him back. And a couple things I took away from that interview is he's right. Him and Julius play fast at the linebacker spot. And you love watching them play, but he said one big word in there that I really liked, and he said he just plays with his instincts. And that's great to have in a linebacker spot. And, you know, that's called experience. And, you know, like I said earlier, Coach Thompson's got to be really excited that they're both coming back and anchor down this defense.
Absolutely. And we talked to Coach Thompson last week, and he talked about the speed on this defense is really one of the main factors for their success this year.
Yeah, we saw that in last week's game, especially when they went up against the big O-line, which they're going to go up against again today, and I'll let you talk about that a little bit, Dave. But their speed, along with that front four, did a great job, and we had a lot of sacks. We had a lot of pressure, and did a really nice job, so I'm looking forward to that happening again today.
Well, Bluffton came in as the second leading team in rushing offense at 230 yards per ball game, but that was before they lost their 2 leading rushers in Hobus and also Greeley. I mean, when you lose Nobis and Greeley, who are combined rushing for almost 1,000 yards, Greeley 644 yards, and Nobis 280 yards coming into this afternoon's ballgame, that's a lot of yardage to give up.
That's a ton. So that tells you right there that they're getting it done up front, and these guys are pretty good running backs. So, you know, that can be a plus for the Lions. It could be a negative. They don't know who that next guy in. As you said, for us, we had to do that on the defensive side. But now Bluffton, you know, they're reaching way deep going to that third running back, and we'll have to wait and see, you know, and find out who they're going to put there and if he's going to have success.
Yeah, and when you talk about that offensive line, Dan, I mean, they go left tackle Marcus Finley, 296. Left guard Hunter Lacer, 305. Center Cade Gravenhorst, 323. Right guard Dustin Massey, 305. And right tackle Zach Jaska. I'm going to tell you right now, these are not wrong unless these are misprints. 6'6", 322 pounds. We saw him down there when he stood up. He blocked the sun.
Yes, he did. And I'll tell you what, on my way in here, I went to Wendy's, and I got a grilled chicken sandwich, and I was getting ready to ask where the beef is. But I can tell you right now, the Bluffton Beavers have a lot of beef up front, and probably why they're very successful running the football.
Well, last week when we faced off against Defiance, they were big in the middle, the 2 guards in the center, but the tackles were relatively small. These guys across the front line, they're averaging just over 300 pounds.
Yeah, that's huge for them, pardon the pun, but, you know, if you got that kind of force and you can get movement, you know, they're going to have success. But like I said last week, when you're a little bit bigger like that and you got a big front 5 or 6, and when you got a faster playing defense, they're going to get in there. You can only block so much space at that point, and I'm looking for Fisher and Finn to have success. but I'm also looking to see if we have any kind of second half wear down of that front line like we did last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Bluffton's the only Heartland team, by the way, that played a non-conference game this year. That was back on October the 24th against Adrian. They won it 28-21. They followed that up in March, winning 2 straight over Manchester, 49-14, and Anderson, 35-27. But since that time, the Beavers have lost 2 straight to Hanover, 51-44, and last week with Franklin, 26-21. A game where they were held to just 345 yards in total offense, but Novus played, and so did Greeley. We'll see what happens here today. Overall, the history of this series, well, Mount St. Joseph has won 20 times to Bluffton's 9 throughout the year, so this is the 30th meeting, and the Lions have won 2 straight. Last year, the Lions won here at Schueler Field, 38-14. The Mount led 28-0 at halftime and accumulated 483 yards in the ball game. But it was 2017, my first year of doing games here at the Mount, Dan, that I remember the most. The Lions were going for a conference title, and they lost here on a field goal to the Beavers by Jordan Watkins, a 37-yarder with 32 seconds left that gave Bluffton the 32-31 win.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker to lose that and be so close. So I'm sure that's where the Lions started to grow as a program. And, you know, we had a little taste of that, like I told you, off the air in basketball. But, you know, you got to be excited for what they've done. I know I've been here early talking to our MSJ has-beens, and I want to say those guys are old, but if I say that, it makes me older. And I can remember some games against Bluffton, you know, when we were playing here and weren't playing on a beautiful field like Schueler here, but had some great competition against the Beavers at home and away. So I'm looking for another good one here today.
Aaron Krebs in his 3rd year as head coach of Bluffton. He came from Washington and Jefferson. He graduated there in 2006. Matter of fact, he graduated with a guy that my son graduated with, and that tells you how old I am as we're talking about older people. 8-17 overall here at Bluffton. He's 7-12 in the Heartland Conference. He still serves as the team's offensive coordinator. And for the Lions, Tyler Hopperton in his 4th year. He graduated here from the Mount in 2012. He's 22-10 overall, 19-7 in the Heartland Conference. When we come back, we'll preview the rest of this ball game and get things underway. We're about 16 minutes away from the kickoff. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Benjamin. We'll be back after this.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Where are you headed? Where would you like to go? New heights, right? At Mount St. Joseph University, we integrate academic excellence, real-world experience, and individual attention so that you can climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu.
Well, our next broadcast game is going to be coming up on Wednesday. We'll be doing the doubleheader with Transylvania and girls softball. Should be a good one. Transylvania is ranked 13th in the country. The Lion women, though, their softball team is coming off of a win over 7th-ranked, nationally ranked DePaul on Tuesday afternoon. It was a rain-shortened ball game. They won the first one 8-2, but the second ball game was rain-shortened. They had the lead in that one, but they ended up suspending that ball game. They're now 11-6, and right now in the bottom of the first inning, they're playing over in Anderson, the first game of a doubleheader, and there's no score in that one as of yet.
Yeah, that's usually a tough matchup with Anderson. They're usually pretty good softball team, but Coach Beth and Dee Dee got it rolling. They beat DePaul, as you said, 8-2 in the first one. Then they got shut. They were shutting them out 1-0, and somehow lightning came. And I always tease them. I said somebody probably took a picture, so they were sending you out of there. But it's definitely a great program. They deserve to be ranked, and hopefully they'll get that justice and today's a big game against Transy for them. That's usually another great competition in the HCAC.
And that'll be coming up on Wednesday. We'll be bringing you both those games coming up Wednesday afternoon, starting at 3:50, 4 o'clock with the first pitch. In baseball action yesterday at Franklin, the Grizzlies turned an early pitching duel into a rout late in the ball game. They plated 8 runs over the final 2 innings to pick up their 3rd win of the year over the Lions with an 11-1 victory. Today, the Lions are playing at home, a doubleheader at Freedom Stadium in Florence against Rose-Hulman, and bringing you up to date on that one. In the first game, they're in the top of the 3rd, and Rose right now has a 3-0 lead in that one. The Lions have lost 5 in a row. They've got a record of 6-9 heading into this doubleheader, and they're on the road at Anderson for a doubleheader on Monday. In college football action last week in the Heartland, several scores. Hanover defeated Rose 27-24. It was Anderson over Manchester 55-27. We already told you Franklin's 5-point win over Bluffton. In the Heartland today, Franklin will be at Rose-Hulman and Defiance will be at Anderson. Those games will kick off at the same time this one will. And at 4 o'clock this afternoon, Hanover will be playing at Manchester. So coming into today's action, right now in the conference, Hanover is on top of it with a record of 3-0. Then comes Franklin at 3-1. The Mount at 2-1. Rose also at 2-1. Bluffton at 2-2 in the conference, but 3-2 overall. Then comes Anderson at 1-2, Defiance 1-3, and Manchester is at 0-4. And next week in the conference, we will be at Anderson. Doubtful if we will be broadcasting that ball game from Anderson. I apologize, but it's just the way that the Heartland has been this year. Come the fall, everything should be back to normal, we hope. But the Mount will be at Anderson next Saturday afternoon. Elsewhere in the conference next week, Hanover will be at Franklin, Defiance at Bluffton, and Manchester goes to Rose. When we come back, we'll look at Bluffton and the Mount when we return after this.
Dayton Children's cares about the health of your children. Hi, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Growing up in Centerville, my parents taught me the importance of being healthy, and now I'm teaching my kids. Childhood obesity is on the rise, but there are small steps that we could take to fight it. Turn off video games and go outside, ride bikes, go to the park, or learn a new dance. Parents, once we get moving, our kids will follow. Get moving!
Dayton Children's, experts you trust, caring for the children you love.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University. Dave Mitchell, Dan Benjamin back here at Schueler Field in Cincinnati, where we're minutes before this afternoon's ball game between Bluffton at 3-2 and the Lions at 2-1. Josh Runda is the defensive coordinator for Bluffton as he comes into this afternoon's ball game under third-year head coach Aaron Krebs. And Krebs is the offensive coordinator. They will be hosting Defiance next week in one of their last 2 ball games. They are led by Nobis, but today the starting quarterback for them will be Darnell Thomas, a freshman quarterback. He's been in 3 games so far this year, completing just 37.5% of his passes for 39 yards. He's 3 of 8 passing so far this year. And when you look at him and you also look at the backup running back that they are going to have this afternoon, Malik Tucker. Tucker is a sophomore running back. He's played in all 5 games, though, 27 rushes for 185 yards, averaging 37 yards per ball game. So it's going to be imperative that they grow up quickly, Bear.
Oh, absolutely. And, that's going to be the key to the Mount, too, and how they're going to adjust, because you don't know how these, I don't want to say newcomers come into play here for Bluffton, but you just don't know because you don't have them on film. So you don't get to, watch that during the week and see how they're going to play. But I think, the Mount will probably come out a little conservative on D and just kind of get a feel for them. And then all of a sudden we'll go back to playing our style of defense.
Defensively, though, they've got a freshman that has been playing outstanding cornerback for them, Montez Archer Jr. He's a 5'9", 163-pounder out of Detroit, Michigan. He has intercepted 6 passes in the 5 games that they have played. So to say that the Lions are going to have to keep an eye out on where he is on the field is an understatement.
Absolutely. But, I'm going to flip that, and he's going to have to worry about who's that quarterback, whether it's Josh Taylor or Prophet. They're both really good throwing quarterbacks. As you talked in week 1 when we did the broadcast, that Josh Taylor brings the RPO. He had a nice game last week, but it was Prophet who came in last week and did a great job taking us down the field and getting the momentum going with a touchdown. And then Josh Taylor came back in and threw that, I think that 65-yard scramble touchdown that kind of just opened the floodgates.
Well, Bluffton, one of the higher scoring teams in the conference, averaging 35.5 points per ball game, giving up 27.8, though a difference of 7.6 per ball game. As far as the Lions are concerned here today, we don't know who they're going to start at quarterback. It could be Taylor, it could be Prophet. Both Coach Hopperton and Caleb Carrill were kind of mum on the subject. It had nothing to do with Taylor's playing ability. They just wanted to have an opportunity to see Prophet here today, and we talked with Hop about that earlier.
Hop, let's go back to last week, the win against Defiance. You went in with what you thought was a depleted secondary, and actually the secondary, I felt, played pretty well. How were your feelings after the game and seeing the tape?
Yeah, they did well, and some young guys like Noah Derman, got his first start at safety and played and got a pick, from another young guy that we actually just switched to defense on Thursday that played some good man-to-man. Named Drew Pierce, and both those guys will play a ton, are starting tomorrow basically, or be right in the first group, and so it's just cool to see, kind of that next man up mentality and to see it through and a good win.
You got to see a lot of different formations on defense. Abel, he moved back and forth between corner and safety. Was that the plan coming in all along?
Yeah, well, when we had, most of our safeties removed, quarantined, if you will. Noah's played safety before. He's played nickel for us. He's done a little bit of everything. So he repped on Thursday safety. So we used him a little bit there because we had a little bit more depth at corner last week. But also some of it, like you said, is, some of the formations, because of what they did, it was easier to kind of put our secondary and man coverage and let our front guys worry about, the big running back and the run and that kind of thing. So, Coach Thompson had to get creative last week with some of the stuff, but, those guys definitely just stepped up and played well.
Hop, last question about Defiance. It seems like Matsakis has put his stamp on that team now, and they have really become a physical offensive line. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, they definitely, and a lot bigger than we are. Especially how thin we are at D-tackle this year for different reasons. Is they are ginormous on the O-line, and Bluffton is too. So, I think we're very athletic and long and aggressive on the D-line, but just a little light. And, so they were definitely more physical than they've been in the past, and just a little bigger than they've been in the past. And that's definitely, a big reason why they were able to hang with us in the first half.
You made it a practice to play both quarterbacks, Taylor and Prophet, during the first 3 ball games. What is your philosophy behind that, and will that continue through the rest of the spring season?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, ultimately, that position's really the toughest to decide on a starter. One guy gets it. It's not like, okay, you start at corner, but it's easy to rotate at other positions. That one's not so easy. And honestly, both these guys have good weeks and bad weeks and days and, whatever, good and bad. And ultimately, they both just bring a lot of positive things to the table. So, right now, I just don't think, either one of them is necessarily running away with it, because the other one does bring something. So even if the one is playing better, there's still something the other one can bring to the table to help us win a college football game. And I think right now in the spring season, with both those guys coming back next year, I think it's important to give them both that experience and let them both, control the offense, and for us to get a better gauge on what they can do.
What about the running back position? Has anybody really, the way it looks, nobody's really reached up and seized that position yet?
Correct. And obviously that's one that's had a lot of injury this year, so kind of who we have is a little different every week. And it's just been really cool to see Trevor Tomey really step up, where he's been a backup, been all over special teams, hasn't really got much, and this year has gotten carries and has scored a couple touchdowns and that kind of thing. And kind of like quarterback, I think they all bring something a little different. So, I don't think there's been really a reason to give somebody way more carries than the other, because they all have a little bit something different.
Bluffton's put a lot of points on the scoreboard this year offensively, but they've lost a couple of games, a couple of heartbreakers here in the last couple of weeks. But Hovis, it looks like, has been playing some pretty good games at quarterback for them.
Yeah, they've done really well of just embracing what their personnel can do. So, they run a lot of the RPO stuff. They have a really good, strong run game, which opens up a lot of their pass game. It doesn't make it super dynamic, but they've been able to have some big plays on the pass game too, because you got to put guys in the box to stop their tough run game. Then they got some good athletes, and, he's got a good enough arm to get it out there and make some big plays. And so it'll definitely be a challenge for us defensively, both up front and in the back end.
I wanted to grow my leadership skills, but with work and a busy life, how could I fit it all in? Then I learned Mount St. Joseph University offers a flexible master's program in organizational leadership. For about one Saturday a month, I studied and refined my leadership skills alongside working professionals and top-notch professors. I'm now the leader I set out to be. The Mounts Organizational Leadership Program helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/MSOL.
Well, as far as the injury report is concerned for this afternoon, of course, Evan Krim and Cornell Beecham are out with those ACL injuries. They will not play today or in the fall. And Jake Kaiser, the starting right tackle for the Lions, is out today. He has got an injured right elbow. And, of course, the secondary is depleted, but back a little bit better than they were last week. The Lions are 2-1, Bluffton 3-2. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Bear Benjamin, and the kickoff is coming up next on UltimateSportsTalk.com. You've been listening to the Lions pregame show, a comprehensive look at the upcoming Lions game. Mount St. Joseph University football is next on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Welcome to today's game. This is Paul Keels, and you know how much I love broadcasting the Buckeyes, but I also love high school sports. On behalf of the OHSAA, let's all do our part to set a good example and make this a fun and safe experience for the kids involved. I know this game means so much to the players, coaches, and fans, but high school sports are about much more than the wins and losses. They teach life lessons that will be with the players long after their playing days are over. Good luck to both teams, and remember to respect the game.
The following is a special sports presentation of UltimateSportsTalk.com.
All right, it's game day. You only got one job to do. That's win. That means you stay focused for 4 quarters. Know your assignments and finish on every play. Don't be looking for shortcuts, and don't even think about making excuses. Because if you want the W, you're going to have to earn it.
Ultimate Sports Talk now presents Mount St. Joseph Lions College Football. Today's game is brought to you by Iron Sharpens Iron in Cincinnati. Call 513-748-1538. The Wishbone Tavern on Delhi Avenue. And Mount St. Joseph University. Mount St. Joseph University Sports is a presentation of UltimateSportsTalk.com. Now, let's go to the field for this Lions game. And it is an absolutely gorgeous day for football in Cincinnati, Ohio. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us this afternoon on UltimateSportsTalk.com. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Benjamin, and today it is the Mount St. Joseph Lions at 2-1 on the year, taking on the Bluffton Beavers in the final home game of the spring football season. They come in with a record of 3-2. Bear, it's imperative for the Lions to get off on a good start today because Bluffton is really depleted at the quarterback and running back position.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense should be having a big game. We got to have that. Special teams really had a nice game last week. In that first week, we had one punt blocked by Defiance, and that kind of led them through the rest of that game. And they had I think it was about an 80-yard kickoff that was down to the 5 and led to a field goal. So, you know, we're kicking off right here, coming out of the south end zone, and hopefully we can start this game off right.
Well, Montez Archer, we talked about him in the pregame show. He is an outstanding player, a freshman out of Detroit, Michigan, and Trey Cummings are back to receive this kickoff for Bluffton. Lions will be going from right to left across your computer screen, and the kick by Farfsing, we are underway. It's a short kick that'll hit about the 15, take a nice bounce to the 10, to Montez Archer, and Archer cuts it to the middle of the field. It's a fumble on the play. Ball loose. Lions are jumping on it, but I think Bluffton hopped back on it before the Lions could jump on it, and they did. And it's out to the 24-yard line, and that's where Bluffton will start 1st and 10 at their own 24 after an initial scare for Aaron Krebs, the Beavers coach. Starting here in the offense for Bluffton, at quarterback today will be Darnell Thomas, a 6', 203-pound freshman. He's completing just 37% of his passes, but Finn and right, but dropping back to pass is Johnson. He's going to look out to the right side, complete on the play, and a nice catch by Plummy Gardner, but he's going to be shy of the first down by a couple of yards out to the 32-yard line, and it's 4th and 2 and punting time for Bluffton.
Boy, Dave, what a job by Julius Fisher right there. He came off the edge, and they made the quarterback scramble, but Fisher was right in his face and made him throw that a little bit earlier than he wanted to.
Well, coming in to punt the ball away is Justin Rupp, a junior, 6-footer, 185 pounds from Pettisville, Ohio. And I know Pettisville extremely well. I played high school basketball in that conference, and that is a common name up in the Pettisville area. Rupp, no doubt about it. Dropping back to punt it is Rupp, and he got his knee down. He had to go down on one knee to scoop up that low snap, and there the officials are going to call it dead, and the Lions are going to take it over at the 18-yard line of Bluffton.
Absolutely, Dave. That was just a big mistake by Justin Rupp right there. Bad snap, low snap. He went down to his right knee, tried to scoop it up, but he kept his knee on the turf, and that's where he's down right there. So the Mount get a big break on special teams. We talked about it earlier, and let's see who's coming in at quarterback.
Kyle Profit.
Kyle Profit. Let's see if they take advantage here and try and use his ability to throw the ball and get us in the end zone.
Heading out wide to the right. He's going to dump it off into the flat, complete on the play, and it goes to Trevor Tomey. He's got it at the 10 and struggles to the 9-yard line.
That's a nice little play call right there by Caleb. Safe play as you see Josh Taylor coming in now. Profit put Newton in motion, faked the handoff. Newton avoided the block and went out in the flat. It was just a great pass by Profit.
Newton will go out wide to the right. Brock, slot right, coming out.
Pretty good up front, and Taylor had daylight and got right in the end zone.
So the Lions take the early 6-0 lead. Just about 2.5 minutes into this ball game, 12:23 remaining in the first quarter, and Farfsing will come in to attempt the extra point. Farfsing has been outstanding on the year, missing just one extra point. That's a good snap. Reckerson gets it down, and as I say that extra point is blocked into the end zone.
Live.
It's still a live ball, but Bluffton, the official finally called it dead. I'm not sure why, but he did. 12:23 to go in this first quarter of play. Your score, it's Mount St. Joseph 6, Bluffton nothing on UltimateSportsTalk.com. So get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone. And your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
So the Lions get off to the early 6-0 lead here this afternoon, thanks in part to a muffed punt that they were able to take at the 18-yard line. So just a couple of plays, and they get into the end zone for the score.
Not the way you want to start the game there, Dave. If you're Bluffton, you're already depleted, as you said earlier, at quarterback and a couple other key positions at running back, and all of a sudden you get stopped on 3 straight plays, and you take a knee and turn the ball over inside the 20.
That's the 8th touchdown rushing for Josh Taylor this year. 12:23 left to go, and it seems like deja vu all over again. Farfsing will kick it off. Back set to return, Archer and Cummings. And the ball slips off the tee once again. So Noah Abel will come in, and he will hold the football now. Doesn't seem like there's much of a breeze, but for whatever reason, the ball keeps...
Now, if you look at the north end zone down there, you can see a little bit bigger breeze going that way, but nonetheless, Abel will have to hold this one so we can get this kickoff.
So Farfsing will approach the football, and we'll get this one underway now with 12:23 left to go in the quarter, and Archer's going to grab it at his own 7, cuts it up the far side to the 20,
That's
25,
dangerous.
to the 30, 35, 40. He's got a block, and then he is cut down outside the 45 at about the 47-yard line.
And that's not what you want to see if you're a head coach. Your kicker, Farsi, making the tackle right there somewhere around midfield, but he saved a touchdown right there. That's a nice return by Archer.
Yeah, Klosterman was out there participating in the tackle also.
I'm pretty surprised we're kicking to Archer. That kid's a dangerous running back right there when he has that ball in his hand.
He's dangerous anywhere. He's got 6 interceptions at the corner position, and he's
Ham in 97 on that left defensive side there. He took on the guard Poling. He squeezed the trap a little bit, and then Julius Fisher scraped right over the top and made one heck of a tackle for a loss.
We talked about how huge that Bluffton offensive line is, Bear, averaging 300 pounds, and they're about 6'2", 6'3". But Defiance
option right there, as you said, a run PO. He decided he was going to keep the ball, and he hit it right up the middle of the field there, and nobody was there. Both linebackers were coming off the edge, and that was just a good play call right there.
Darnell Thomas, the quarterback, as we said, he came into the ball game averaging about 10.7. Handoff, Thomas is going to keep it. He's going to throw it out to the right sideline, and it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Plummy Gardner.
Yeah, he had him, but Finn came off the edge there and did good disciplined defense there. That was a fake run up the middle, and Finn didn't bite on it. He stayed outside. He forced Thomas to pull up and throw that one a little bit quicker than he wanted to.
One of the Beavers expected to play today at wide receiver. Comes to Tucker. He's going to be upended and dropped. And Noah Abel is down on the field. Boy, he just upended Tucker. You could see that collision coming, and both of the players are down. And Abel right now, I think he's seeing stars.
Yeah, it's just, great call, as we talked about the play before, but what a great call by Rick Thompson here. He blitzed Noah off the edge from his corner spot. Happened to be a toss sweep his way, and he made contact immediately. And you're right, I think he's definitely seeing stars. Let's hope both these young men will be all right here.
Abel came in with his helmet, and there's no flag down on the play, but boy, I'll tell you, Tucker, they're looking at his knee, and Abel, they're looking at him above the shoulders.
Yeah, Abel, being a smaller guy there, did the right thing by going low and not trying to make contact helmet to helmet, so let's just hope that both of them are fine here, but we'll hopefully find out in the next couple minutes, and prayers go out to these two guys that they get up on their feet and walk off.
Well, Tucker's up, and boy, Bluffton is really depleted at the running back position, and now to lose Tucker, who is being helped off the field to the far side. Abel is still trying to decide what zip code he is in. He is up.
That is true. He's up, but you're right. I don't think we're going to see him the rest of the game.
And that's going to hurt on one play, Bluffton gets hurt and the Mount get hurt at positions where they cannot be hurt anymore today.
Right. That's in that secondary for us and in the running backs for the Bluffton Beavers. But we got 4th and 9, and again, we hope both those young men are going to be fine. And you're right. Watching Noah walk off the field, he's definitely seeing stars.
Yeah. So Speakman will drop back to return this punt at his own 10-yard line. He returned one last week for a touchdown against Defiance. Rupp, who went to his knee and gave the Lions the football at the 18-yard line. That's a good snap. Rugby-sized punt, and he's going to punt it, shank it up the field, and Speakman's going to let it bounce, and it's going to roll down to the 1-yard line inside the 1.
That's a great play right there.
Yeah, what a great play. That's a 38-yard punt inside the 1-yard line, and that's where the Mount will take over. 1st and 10 with their heels backed up against the end line.
Boy, it wasn't a pretty punt. It almost was a line drive. I was getting ready to tell him to go too, but man, he almost hit one of the Lions right in the middle of the field with that ball.
So the Lions will take over. It's Profit back in. Inside, that's complete to Kinhalt, and Kinhalt is going to be run out of bounds at the 6-yard line. So a big 6-yard play gets the Lions out from their end zone and gets them out to bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, that's what Profit's going to give the Lions on O. He's a smart decision maker. He'll throw that quick 3-step drop and get you a 5-yard. Freshman 6 foot 396. Made a heck of a tackle there.
8:35 left to go in this first quarter. Lions lead at 6-0. They've got a 3rd down, 3 yards to go from their own 7. Profit rolls out to the left. He fumbled the football, and he's got a drop on it at the 5-yard line. Now the officials are going to say that it did not slip out of his hand. It was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Lions, or fortunately, that ball was considered an incompletion. His arm was going forward, Dave, and it came out, and he'd like to have that one back.
The Bluffton coaching staff to the right of us here in the booth to the right of us, they did not like that call.
Yeah, I kind of don't blame them. You're hoping you get that break, but the official was right on it, and, you know, I got to give him credit. He made the call immediately.
Suchomsky comes in averaging 44 yards per punt, leading the conference in punting. He's going to punt it from his own end zone, and he's going to boom one across the 50. Gets a good roll inside the 35, takes a sideways bounce, and now cuts inside the 30, and that's where it's going to be down at the 30-yard line. Bear, that's a 62-yard punt.
Yeah, not his best spiral, but very effective. He had Archer back there returning it and was indecisive whether to come get it, and then got a nice roll. But Max has done a great job, as you said, leading the conference in punting, and that's big. That's field position right there. He just changed it, so I think Archer would like to have that one back himself. He would have probably went up and got that one.
8:14 left to go in this first quarter. Lions lead it 6-0. Bluffton coming out onto the field after huddling around their head coach Aaron Krebs, and they will send out to the right-hand side Omar Warlick. Goes around now. Thomas keeps it around the right side, throws over the middle, and he threw it behind his intended receiver, Gardner, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know, who you put the blame on there, but Thomas had time as he did the run-pass option again, but he was going to his right. The receiver was going across the middle of the field at about the 45 going the other way. I would have liked to see the receiver just kind of hook up right there. And Thomas probably would have had a completion. But for the Mount, we got to like it. It's now third down here, 3rd and 3.
Warlick is out wide to the right-hand side for Bluffton. Johnson is going to come out slot right, their tight end right.
They got to somehow jumpstart this momentum change is what I would call it.
Now down 6-0, 6:43 left to go in this first quarter. Speakman will drop back to catch the punt from Rupp. He's going to rugby style it again, and it's a high end-over-end kick that Speakman will let bounce. He lets it bounce right by him inside the 20, and it'll be down at the 17-yard line, and that's going to be a 40-yard punt.
Yeah.
Your score, Mount 6, Bluffton nothing on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. Message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Josh Taylor back in a quarterback, and he followed Trevor Tomei around that left-hand side across the 20 and out to the 23-yard line for a gain of 5.
Yeah, that's a nice little play by Josh, just like the one he scored on. They let Tomei lead the way, and he just followed his blocker.
Paul Miner into the is Taylor looking down the middle. Now he's going to cut the ball up the middle, throw it out into the flat, and it is right through the hands of Brock and into the cornerback's hands for the interception for Bluffton, and that is Marcus Wood, the freshman from Greenville.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Josh looked like he was going to run that, and he pulled up real late and threw a nice, well, I shouldn't say nice, but he threw a hard pass right at Brock, and Brock couldn't handle it, and unfortunately it fell into Woods' hands there.
For Taylor, that is his second interception of the year. 5:57 left to go in this first quarter, and Bluffton sets up shop at just inside the 30-yard line of the Mount. Thomas, the quarterback, with Mason behind him, and the handoff. Thomas is going to keep it himself around the left-hand side of the 25-20. He's got another first down after a gain of 12 to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, great play by Thomas. That's a good read by the freshman. We were bringing both linebackers off the edges, and Wright was right there but couldn't make the play. He took the running back. Thomas kept it and had a nice run.
Mace is going to come back in at the tight end position. Coming out wide to the right-hand side for Bluffton is Johnson, the freshman. They've got Gardner out wide to the left. Noah Abel not in the ball game, by the way. He is down on the sideline sitting. Dropping back is Thomas. He's going to throw it into the middle of the end zone. It is complete. Touchdown, Bluffton, and they have knotted things up. And that is a nice pass from Thomas to his receiver, Lawrence Johnson, the freshman from Huber Heights.
Yeah, that was number 30, Lawrence Johnson. But, boy, what a ball Thomas threw right there. He rifled that in there. And fortunately for them, he got it off because he almost got hit in the backfield. But what a ball.
Second touchdown pass of the year for Thomas. And coming in to attempt the extra point will be Daniel Blandford out of Delphus, Ohio. So Blandford will attempt it. He's a right footer, and he puts that up, and it is good. 5:22 to go in this first quarter. Bluffton has regained the lead. It is now Bluffton 7, the Mount 6 on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, like when you need a textbook. Students can order books exclusively online that they can pick up at the Roar Store through our new eCampus site. eCampus includes 2 different shipping options. Free online shipping to Textbook Delivery Hub located in the Roar Store, or delivered to your off-campus residence. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center. 5:22 remaining to go in the first quarter of action, and the Bluffton Beavers have taken the lead at 7-6. You said it during the play and during the timeout, Bear. That was a rifle from Thomas.
Yeah, you got to be excited if you're Bluffton. Here you got a backup quarterback, a freshman, who made a heck of a decision on the run before that, and then makes one heck of a pass right there to give the Beavers a touchdown and take the lead on the extra point.
So Blandford now, or check that is Rupp. Rupp is going to be kicking it off for Bluffton.
Well, they have the ball fall off the tee.
Well, now the flag down here at the south end of the field is blowing straight into the face of Rupp. But the last time when that happened to Farfsing, I didn't see any flag movement at all.
Yeah, let's see if Speakman makes an adjustment and scoots up on this with the wind blowing. I'm not so sure what kind of leg Rupp has.
He's back inside his own 10-yard line. The single receiver set back to return this one.
And you like Speakman to catch this cleanly.
Rupp sidewinder. He's going to kick it straight down the middle of the field. Speakman will take it in at his 12 to the 15-20. Cuts it to the far side, now to the near side, 30, 35, 40.
That's
45 flag down on the play. Speakman's going to take it all the way in for a touchdown, but it is going to be negated by a hold back at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, like I said, we want Speakman to catch it clean, and that's the reason why, but it was definitely a hold, Dave. I was watching it all the way. He had his hand on the outside of the guy's shoulder. I don't know what number it was, but, boy, if he could have just let go a little bit quicker, Speakman was getting ready to be by that guy, and he was about 10 yards away from him.
Well, that is one of those plays, Bear, where you can call it a justifiable hold. Sometimes we're seeing holds this year on returns where the official calls it and it's clear on the other side of the field and has no bearing on the play. That one did.
Right. That was definitely a good call, and I know the Mount's not happy with it, but when they see it on film, it's plain as day. If I can see it up here, then they're going to see it on film.
And it is a hold, but unfortunately we can't tell. Next year, we're going to try to get it set up to where we can get the officials' microphone right into our board.
Well, is that something we want to do? They might not want to hear what we got to say about them, right?
Well, they don't need to hear it, but we'd like to hear what the call was. And
yeah.
So it's going to take it back to the 27-yard line, and that's where the Mount will set up at their own 20. Well, now they'll mark it at the 28. So 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 28-yard line. And Taylor, back in a quarterback, flips it out into the right-hand side, and it is complete up that right side to the Lions tight end, and that is Hayden Bell.
Yeah.
Hayden Bell with an 8-yard catch brings up 2nd and a long 2.
Yeah, nice little ball by Josh Taylor there. Something safe. Let the tight end catch it about 2 yards downfield and make a move.
And Taylor will hand it off to Tomey around the right-hand side. You don't see him sweep it too often, and he's going to take it out to the 37-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down by about a yard, gain of 2.
Yeah, I like the call there. Tomey just couldn't get the edge, but, you know, you're 3rd and short right here. I think you're going to give him that run-pass option again with Josh Taylor, and Tomey might be leading the way here.
3rd down, call it a short yard for the Lions. They need to get it out to the 38-yard line. Taylor's going to keep it himself right behind Tomey, like Bear said, and they'll take it out to the 40-yard line, gain of 3 and a first down.
Yeah, great call. You got a first down. You're moving the chains. You know, you got to get a little momentum, and now maybe you let Josh Taylor take a shot if you got anything you see up here in the box that you like. But Bluffton's been playing it pretty safe with the cover 2 over the top, so it's kind of hard to get down the middle of the field.
Tomey to the right-hand side of Taylor, ball on the far hash mark. Dropping back, Taylor throws it out to the right. It is complete on the play to Joey Newton. He's got it at the 50, struggles outside the 50 and down to the Bluffton 47-yard line. 15 yards on the reception and a first down for the Lions.
Yeah, I like that call, Dave. It's just a quick 5-yard hitch. Get it to a guy who can make a move. Newton did a great job, but after the play, Josh Taylor signaled to the sideline with his arm. He's pumped up. Let's see what he's got for this series.
Ken hauled out to the left-hand side, and the handoff goes to Tomey. Tomey inside the 45, and they'll stop him just inside the 45 after a gain of a couple.
Yeah, not a bad little run, just right there, though. I'd like to see Tomey lower his shoulders a little bit more and get better leverage so he can get that last yard or two as he leans. He's trying to break that tackle and get outside, so he's got to get that feel for that spot where he can lean forward and get 2 more yards.
Bell, tight end left, 2 receivers out wide to the far side. Kinhalt to the near side here, ball on the near hash mark, dropping back Taylor, looking to his left. Now he's going to cut it up the middle. He's going to be hit it as he throws. Ball loose on the field. And the officials, what are they going to call this one this time? And the referee comes in and says it is a fumble recovered by Bluffton, and the Beavers have the ball at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, just unfortunate when you have a quarterback who has the run option there, and Josh saw, I don't know who it was, number 18 maybe, or who is that downfield wide open. He pulled up. Yeah, he pulled up and got hit and fumbled, and it was recovered by number 6, Hallenstein, I believe it is, a sophomore, 6'2", 230.
Couple of scores right now. The softball team is tied up with Anderson over in Indiana, 1-1 bottom of the 3rd, and the baseball team tied up with Rose down in Florence at 3-3. 3:04 remaining here. Bluffton leads at 7-6. Thomas in the ballgame after the fumble recovery, and he hands a fake handoff, throws it upfield, and it is complete on a nice pass up the field to the 27-yard line. And boy, Bluffton is going deep on their depth chart here this afternoon. That's a completion to Zane Dine.
Yeah, we got a flag up there at the midfield. Everybody's walking back, so obviously it's going to be on Bluffton. But again, another great ball by Thomas.
And it is illegal formation, I believe, is what they called, Bear, and they'll take it back to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure something out quick because Thomas is getting what he wants right now. He's doing the run-pass option. He could have tucked that and ran, but he threw a bullet right in there. I can't remember who the wide receiver was, but
Zane Dine.
He threw a great ball to Dine.
1st and 15, ball back to the 40-yard line in Bluffton territory. Thomas, and he's going to hand the ball off right up the middle to Kevon Robinson. And Kevon Robinson is going to take it for a gain of 3 up to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, nice play right there by the defensive front. I think you had a couple defensive ends or nose guard in on that play, but Bluffton played it safe right there and ran the ball up the middle and only got a couple 3 yards, and now they're in 2nd and long.
Dine's in the ball game. He's out wide right. Going out wide left is Jeremy Locklear, the junior. He's out wide left, and also going out slot left is Deontay Hall. We told you about him out of Mount Healthy High School, and he is slot left for Bluffton. Thomas, fake handoff, throws out to the far side, and it is incomplete. Tried to get it to Locklear, and he slipped and fell down and couldn't come up with the pass.
Yeah, it was just a simple 5-yard in, and that's a good ball again by Thomas, but as you said, Locklear slipped and couldn't keep both hands on the ball. Fortunate break for the Lions right now. Now we're 3rd and 12.
Lee Bennett had coverage out there. He's in a corner right now for the Lions.
I'm glad you picked that one up because they've gone deep in that secondary with personnel, and he's replaced Noah Abel, I believe.
And Deshaun Starks is in a corner also for the Lions. They have dropped Justin Dreiling back at one safety, and Speakman is at the other safety position. Dropping back on 3rd and 12 is Thomas. Looking downfield, he's throwing it up the far side, and it is going to be complete on the play to the 22-yard line on a nice catch by Jeremy Locklear.
Yeah, that was a great adjustment by him on that one. I think Thomas just threw that up and hoped his man was going to go get it, and he did. Again, Bluffton's taking advantage of the new corners, and they're going to probably pick on them. They're a little bit one-on-one, and we didn't have any help over there, obviously, but that's just a great adjustment by Locklear.
Yeah, Bennett just got turned around and couldn't get his head back in time to see where the ball was, and Locklear made a nice catch down to the 23-yard line of the Mount. Thomas doing a nice job today for not having much playing time coming into this ball game. He is 3 of 6 passing, 55 yards on the day. Dropping back Thomas again. Now he's going to cut it up the middle. He's going to be hit and brought down immediately, and another flag is down, but that tackle made by the Lions, Gavin Brennan.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but you could see the hold. It might have been Noah Hammond that was coming in, and 77 just grabbed him.
Brennan with a nice play. That is his 2nd sack of the season. 1:09 to go.
Right tackle.
And it is 7-6 Bluffton.
Yeah, that was holding on their right tackle, number 77.
Jackson, he's the big boy.
Yeah, and he definitely stands out amongst all those guys.
He's not going to get away with a lot.
No.
If he tries to hold you around the shoulders, that's around his waist.
Yeah.
He's 6'6". We told you 6'6", 322 pounds. They average 300 across that front line. So that 10-yard penalty will knock it back to the 33-yard line. It's 1st down 10 for Bluffton. Under a minute and running left to go in the quarter. Handoff goes to Robinson around the left-hand side. He'll cut it inside the 30 and take it down to the 26-yard line. That's a gain of 7 for Robinson.
Yeah, it's a nice little stretch play, well read by Robinson, and again up front they're getting it done. I saw a few of our Lions up front get pancaked there, and that's not what you want to see if you're Rick Thompson.
Well, Bluffton will have to run a play before the end of the quarter. They're almost synced up. 27 seconds. At halftime coming up, we will be previewing the Final Four action this afternoon going on in Indiana starting at 5, and also reviewing what happened in women's college basketball, the Final Four last night. 7-6, Bluffton on top of the Mount right now, and dropping back is Thomas, looking over the middle. Good rush by the Lions, but he gets away, spinning to his left. He's going to cut it, leaps over a defender at the 25, inside the 20. Nice play by Thomas. He's going to be out of bounds at the end of the first quarter at about the 17-yard line, and that's where Bluffton will set up shop. It'll be 3rd down 5 when we start the second quarter of play. Your score at the end of 1. It's Bluffton 7, the Mount 6 on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
Changing lives is what great teachers do. And as I saw more students struggling to read, I looked to Mount St. Joseph University for help. The Mount is a national leader in reading science with highly effective research-based methods. Their faculty equipped me to teach students with a range of learning differences, and I was able to make an immediate impact in the classroom. The Mount's fully online reading science program helped me climb higher in my career, but more importantly, is improving the lives of my students. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/read.
Dave Mitchell, Dan Benjamin back here at Schueler Field as we enter the second quarter of play. Bluffton now going from right to left, and it's a big 3rd down 5 situation for the Beavers, down up by a point here at 7-6 over the Mount. Robinson in the backfield with Thomas. He's got receivers out wide on both sides. Thomas, fake handoff, reverse goes to Gardner. Gardner got hit behind the line, and he's going to be dropped at the 21-yard line.
Just a great job. I believe that was Noah Hammond staying home, 97, and he just did not bite at all, and he did a great job for a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, Noah just came in, saw the play, smelled it out, dropped him for 4. It'll be 4th down, 9 yards to go, and coming in to attempt the field goal will be Bluffton.
Yeah, this will be interesting. We did block, didn't we? Hopefully we can get a block here and run this thing back, or some type of miss. And, coming away, if they get this with no points, that'll be big for the Lions defense.
Blandford will attempt the field goal. It'll be back to the 29-yard line. This will be a 39-yard attempt. Good snap. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it is no good, wide right, and a flag, and it's going to be a legal procedure against Bluffton.
Yeah, that kick won't even count, unfortunately, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty, and still be 4th down here, Dave. I believe the kicker actually was the one who did the illegal procedure. He started going before the ball was snapped.
So that'll mark it back to about the 27-yard line, and now I think Bluffton's going to bring in their offensive unit and go ahead and go for it. Nope, they're going to bring in Rupp. They're going to try to pooch this ball upfield and pin the Lions back.
Yeah, if you're the Lions, you got to stay at home here. This is dangerous territory because it's such a short distance to the end zone. I can't imagine he's going to. I don't know. We'll see.
Rupp will be punting it away. High snap. He went up and got it. He's going to pooch it upfield, high end over end kick that'll hit, and Bluffton will knock it back. It's going to be grabbed by Speakman. Speakman grabbed it at the 5, up the far side to the 30, and he's going to take it out to the 35-yard line. That is a smart play by Speakman, and I'll tell you why. Even because if he'd have fumbled the football, the Lions would have gotten it back because Bluffton touched it first.
Absolutely. He did that last week and got ready to do it, and I told you I called him Pac-Man Jones because he loves to have that ball in his hands, and you're right, Dave. A great, smart decision by Speakman. And, boy, did he get the Mount out of being in the 1-yard line again.
So it's out to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Lions will start. At their own 35-yard line, big heads-up play by Troy Speakman. And Profit back in a quarterback. He's going to hand it off around the left-hand side and struggling forward across the 35 out to the 40, almost near the 40.
Is that Tomey?
That looked like Tomey, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
We have not seen McKenzie as of yet.
Yeah, that's Mr. TNT, Tomey. I love it. He kept his feet chopping, did a nice job following his blockers over there on the left side, picked up about 5.
Gain of 5 on the play.
I don't know, Dave. I'm not going to make a decision here for Tyler Hopperton, but when Profit comes in, it just seems like the energy just gets a little bit better.
Throw out to Minor on the right-hand side, and Minor takes it up near the 45-yard line, and where they've got him spotted, it appears he's got the first down.
Absolutely. They signaled it on both sides, and that was a great catch by Paul, man. And he's been nursing a little injury, and he got bent back. Hopefully he's going to be okay. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Dave, but the play was coming off so quick. But Profit just seems to bring this energy that you can see the unit gets excited about. Not that Josh Taylor can't do the job, but...
So it's 1st and 10 for the Lions. Hand off to Tomey around the right side. Cuts it to midfield inside Bluffton territory. He's going to be cut down at the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 9, and now suddenly this is the Trevor Tomey drive.
Yeah, he did a great job reading the blocks right there and cut it back and found the seam and picked up 9.
Baseball game still 3-3 against Rose down in Florence. And as we get back to action here, Tomey around the right side, and he's going to be cut down and dropped back to the 47-yard line. A loss of 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd down 12.
Yeah, and that's one right there. I was watching Profit. He just kind of clapped his hands as like made a bad decision. He should have kept it. Josh Taylor's a better run-pass option quarterback right there, but Profit, I think he gets another shot that he tucks that.
Tomey, 5 carries, 19 yards in the game, and now Profit is going to run it around the right-hand side. Cuts it to the 45, and then he's going to be stopped up and downed right at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to give him the first down here because of forward progress. He was just over the 45, and great job by him following his blockers. See if he takes a shot at the end zone here.
So that'll be at the 44-yard line. It was a nice job by the official to just drop the ball there and not be specific where he spots it. 1st and 10. Ball at the 44, and now Taylor back into the ball game, and the handoff goes to Tomey, and Tomey is going to take it up for a yard gain to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, he almost broke that one. You got to like Tomey and how he runs the football. I'd keep working him a little bit, but you got to look forward to Profit throwing a little 5-yard out or a 5-yard in and letting somebody do something special once they catch the ball.
Cam York into the ball game. Kinholt goes out wide right. York goes wide left. Brock is going to go slot left. And you've got Newton lining up on the line at the slot on the right-hand side. Tomey to the right of Taylor. Now Kinholt moves in motion to the line. Handoff goes to Tomey around the left-hand side to the 40. Down to the 35. He's got the first down. Gain of about 11 on the carry to the 34-yard line of Bluffton. And another first down for the Lions with 11:17 to go in this first half.
Yeah, and Tomey's coming out and needs a little breather. He's been a workhorse this series. But, boy, he really did a nice job exploding for that first down at the end.
And into the ball game is Mariano McKenzie from Greensboro, Kentucky. McKenzie to the right, dropping back is Taylor. Taylor is going to run out to the right side, and it's going to be intercepted at the 25-yard line by Nolan Childress.
Boy, what a play by Childress, but Josh Taylor needs to take that ball back and make a better decision. I mean, I know he's had to see him. He was right in front of him. He just went up and got it.
You know Ted Ginn Jr., that has been a wide receiver in the NFL for years? That is where Childress comes from. Ted Ginn Jr.'s father runs the Ginn Academy up in Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's where Childress comes from. So the second interception of the day thrown by Taylor, and Bluffton stymies the Lions' drive. They've got it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line with 10:56 to go in this first half. It's a 7-6 Bluffton lead. By the way, I will tell you this at the end of this play. Thomas, the quarterback, he's going to hand it off to Robinson. Robinson cuts it behind the right guard, and he's going to take it across the 25 out to the 27-yard line, maybe the 28 for a gain of 3. That was Austin Price in the ball game. Apologized. Had the wrong one in the ball game for the Lions at running back.
Yeah, that's a tough way to lose the ball right there. Josh Taylor has a second interception. The first one wasn't really his fault. Should have been caught, but that one right there was not a very good decision by the freshman quarterback.
Second down, 7 yards to go. Gardner comes out wide to the left-hand side. Coming out in the slot left is Johnson, who's got 1 touchdown cast today. And Thomas is going to fake the handoff, cut it right up the middle across the 35. He's going to pick up the first down out to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 8 on the play and a first down for Bluffton.
Yeah, Thomas with a nice read right there. He had that run option there. He could have handed it off. He decided to keep and tuck it, and he went right up the middle of the field, as you said, for a first down.
10 minutes to go in the first half. 7-6, Bluffton with a 1-point lead. Gardner out wide left. Johnson slot left. Now Robinson moves to the left of Thomas. Thomas is going to keep it on the RPO. Now he's going to throw it down the middle, and it's going to be intercepted by Speakman at the 30, to the 35, 40, 45, 50. He's at the 40, gets a good block to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. They're going to call a blindside block back at the 40, and the touchdown again will be negated by Troy Speakman.
Yeah, this is a new rule, Dave. It's to protect the players on the field, and that was the quarterback, Thomas, who got drilled. His head was looking at Speakman to go make a tackle, so his head has to be turned around. And I believe it might have been Finn who made the hit, just playing football. And I just disagree with some of the rules they put in place, but I know they're trying to protect these young men. But great pick by Speakman and a great return.
Well, it's unsportsmanlike conduct. On the block, it's a blindside block. I don't know, Bear. I come from the old school,
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, but I don't know.
That's one of those plays. Even if Bluffton would have done it, I think I would have been a little up in arms about it. It's going to take it all the way back to the 45-yard line in Mount Territory. Second touchdown Speakman has negated today.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's the rule, but we'll see what we can do this series with Josh back in at quarterback.
And Taylor, he's going to fake the handoff and run it right up the middle, and he's going to take it out to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, not a good read there. He should have handed that ball off. I know he's a young freshman quarterback, but he's got to get his head back in this game and take control of his offense and get momentum going. He's had 2 bad decisions. Let's hope he can get back on track like he was last week.
Well, that's what the coaching staff talked about earlier this week, was his decision-making ability. And although it's been good at times, it has been haphazard at times also. And Taylor's going to throw it out in the left flat, complete to Brock. Brock to midfield. He's going to pick up the first down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 10 and a first down for the Mount.
Yeah, it's plays like that that'll make the young quarterback get into this game. He had a great read right there. He faked the handoff and chose to throw the bubble screen. And as you said, I believe that was Brock, and he got the first down.
7-6, 8:45 to go in this first half of action. Bluffton leads it by a point. Trips out to the near side, ball in the far hash mark for the Lions. Taylor, fake handoff to Price, throws it out on the right flat, complete to Brock, this time on this side to the 35. It's going to be run out of bounds at the 33-yard line, and that's close to another first down. Gain of 11. They're going to give the Lions the first down.
Just the same play on this side, Dave, and that's smart. You're getting Josh, that young freshman, again, some momentum. Don't be surprised if he doesn't take a shot at the end zone, but it'll probably be a one-on-one type throw.
Newton out wide to the right-hand side. Brock slot left, right behind the quarterback. Taylor is Price. He gets the handoff, and Price is going to take it to the 30 and be stopped up there by the Bluffton defense.
Yeah.
Gain of a couple.
Yeah, that's a great job by Bluffton right there. They sniffed that one out, and I believe it was Newton, the wideout out here, just couldn't get that seal block. They beat him to the punch, and that's why we only got a short gain of 3.
And we've got a man down on the field. That looks like Little John.
Little John, 396.
Ooh. And now he's up, and he is back down holding his knees, and now he is up, and he's going to walk off the field himself.
I've been impressed with that young boy right there. He does a great job being 396. He moves very well, and he's created some havoc for that front line of the Mount.
He's another one. We talked last week, Bear, about high schools that have got a great reputation for sending out players. Well, Lorraine Clearview is one of them. He's from Oberlin and comes to Bluffton, to the western side of the state from the east, and he's just now making his way off to the sideline. 8:03 to go, and now the clock will start. Taylor with Price right behind him. Bell at the tight end gets a good block, handoff to Price. Price is going to cut it upfield, gain maybe a couple of yards on the play to the 26-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3, and it brings up third down, 4 yards to go.
Yeah, that was one that, he handed off. That was designated. He didn't get the run-pass option there, but the third and short, let's see what he's going to do here with Tomey back into the game.
Boy, Archer at that left corner position, he's getting himself into a lot of tackles today.
Yeah.
What a freshman he is that they can build around on that defense.
Yeah, I understand why they don't want to throw his way. He's
Yep.
got how many? 6?
6 interceptions so far this year. Taylor on third down 4, fake handoff. Taylor rolls out to his right, looks upfield. He's got clear field. He's got the first down to the 20, to the 15, cuts inside a block, inside the 10, and he'll be run out of bounds at the 7-yard line. 20 yards on the gain by Taylor and a first down for the Mount.
Great job by Taylor. Nobody open. They were looking Archer's way, but Newton was well covered by Archer. But what a run. And again, that's a nice momentum builder for Josh Taylor. Now he's got this offense really rolling.
Under 7 minutes and running left to go in the first half. 7-6 Bluffton.
See if Tomey becomes a lead blocker for Josh Taylor here.
Tomey in the backfield to the right of Taylor. Receivers out wide. Here we go. Tomey again. Same play. Taylor's going to run it inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. About 4 or 5 yards on the play. And it'll be second and goal from the 3 of Bluffton.
You might see the same type of call here. They just went to the short side of the field, and Tomey led the way, and Taylor fouled him. He had a nice little gain and almost broke that, but they're running right at Archer, who again was in on that tackle.
And now Bluffton is going to use the timeout. 6:20 to go in this first half of action. Your score from Schueler Field. Bluffton 7, the Mount 6 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
They say that great teams are built on teamwork, unity, and camaraderie. They say that great teams succeed when everyone's voice is heard, when everyone's included. We laugh together, build together, we lift each other up. They say it takes a lot of hard work to be a great team. So we say, let's get to it.
Teaching is my calling. So when I needed to renew my license, I chose Mount St. Joseph University. The Mount offers the only program in the state of Ohio that allows you to combine 2 education endorsements to earn a graduate degree. In less than 2 years, I combined the reading and gifted intervention specialist endorsements. Classes were convenient, fully online, and I received personal attention from my professors. The Mount helped me climb higher in my career. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/Ohio.
6:20 to go in this first quarter. Taylor in an empty backfield now after the timeout. Moves Kinhalt in motion behind the line, and Taylor's going to run out to the left looking for Kinhalt. Can't find him. Now he's just going to tuck it under, run it into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
Boy, he held that ball up around that shoulder so long, I didn't think he was going to run it. And he did a nice job of bursting into that left corner. Good job by Josh Taylor, and what a great series right there by the young man.
Second touchdown of the afternoon for Josh Taylor.
I think we're going to go for 2 here, Dave. Trying to make it a 7-point game.
That's one of the things that the coaches were saying this week about Taylor. He makes some mistakes, but then he comes back with brilliant plays. It's all the evolution of a freshman.
Absolutely. Those are some of the growing pains you'll live with.
So the Lions will go for 2. Taylor's going to keep it around the right-hand side. He's going to cut it up near the end line, and he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line and does not get the 2-point conversion. 6:14 to go in this first half. It's now the Mount 12, Bluffton 7 on Ultimate Sports Talk. Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone, and your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538. 6:14 to go in this first half of action. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll be with Andy Katz to preview the Final Four coming up later on tonight in men's basketball, and also a review of what happened last night in women's basketball. Quite a game last night between South Carolina and Stanford.
Yeah, a great one, Dave. I've watched a lot of them, and, it's funny. I was sitting there, I think it was Tuesday night or Monday night watching, and we were getting ready to watch the men, and we turned the women on. I believe that was Baylor and UConn, and everybody sitting at the B-Nubs was sitting there watching the women more than the men, so it was exciting. Yep. Good for the women's.
Anderson on top of the Mount softball team 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they are still tied in the 7th, 3-3, Mount and Rose down in Florence in baseball. Farfsey's going to kick it off, and it will be taken in on the far side by Bluffton. That's Trey Cummings, and Cummings is going to cut it to the near side outside the 25 to the 27-yard line. Now we've got some fisticuffs going on around the 30-yard line, and the Lions have a player down.
Yeah. I can't read that number, Dave. But,
looks like 55.
Yeah, he's in a lot of pain.
He's holding his right wrist is what it looks like, and now the doctors are coming out onto the field. I believe that's number 55.
Yeah, we'll find out here in a minute. Hopefully he's all right, but the nice little kickoff there. They kicked away from Archer, and our boy Andrew Pierce did a great job of keeping that running back into the middle of the field, and that was a good tackle right there, right around the 30.
That would be Russell Klosterman if that is number 55. And the Lions here on this side all taking a knee, and Bluffton over on the far side. This would be the second player that the Lions have lost today. They've lost Noah Abel, who I'm not seeing him on the sideline, Bear. I think he's still under the tent.
Yeah, I have not seen him yet. I'm not so sure. He's still not seeing those stars, but hopefully that young man is fine. I'm sure he's got that concussion, and he'll go through the concussion protocol, and hopefully he'll get back here quickly.
We don't have the replay capabilities up here to take a look at what happened. There's no Abel. Now he's going up underneath the tent again.
Yeah, it's good to see he's out there a little bit.
Tyler Hopperton is out imploring his defense to not retaliate. I'd really like to have seen what happened there on that play, but it was ahead of the play and didn't catch up with it. I was focused on the ball carrier.
Yeah, me as well, Dave. But they've been pushing and shoving and a little bit of chattering going on both sides, and hopefully that'll stop. You know, you like spirited competition, but yeah, it looks like he's, like you said, it might be a broken wrist there, and they're walking off on his own power, but it doesn't look good.
I believe that is Klosterman, but we'll check on that and make sure. as they bring him over to the sideline. Bluffton will have it 1st and 10 at their own, just shy of the 27-yard line, and they're going to take him right underneath the 10, and I cannot see his numbers, Bear.
Yeah, hopefully we can get a report on him.
And now the official is going to blow the play dead, and evidently one of the receivers for Bluffton, that'd be Deontay Hall. Not sure what happened, whether or not he had a mouth guard missing or what, but anyway, he's back out onto the field and okay. Thomas the quarterback, and Thomas is going to pitch it out around the right-hand side to Mason, and Mason is going to get hit and dropped. Mason's back in the ballgame. Or check that, that's Tucker. Tucker's back into the ballgame, and I'm shocked he's back in.
Yeah, and that was that toss pitch that Noah Abel took it on, and this time it was Noah Hammond, our defensive end, who was right there. He turned him in, and then Julius Fisher cleaned him up, and boy, what a hit by Fisher.
Loss of 4, back to the 23-yard line. Bluffton's got 2 timeouts remaining. The Lions 3, with 5.5 left to go in this first half.
Boy, if you're Rick Thompson, you'd love to see some kind of turnover here or another, incomplete pass.
Tucker moves to the right of Thomas, ball on the far hash mark, and the handoff, fake handoff. Thomas is going to keep it around the right-hand side. Good move outside the 40 to the 45, and there's going to be a flag thrown in the vicinity of where Thomas ran out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Right now, that thing stands at a 22-yard gain, and the Lions are clapping, saying that it's against Bluffton.
Yeah, that's definitely a hold, Dave. I was watching out front, number 11, their wide receiver for Bluffton. Had the guy sealed, but he had his arms on the outside of the shoulder pads, and when you're in that open area, that can be seen very easily. So it'll be a first down, then a holding penalty, and they'll go backwards.
5:19 left to go. Former Mount coach Rod Huber is listening in here this afternoon. Want to say hello to him.
Nice. Coach Hubie. Miss you, brother. Love you.
And that'll take it back from the 45 down to the 35-yard line, and it will stay second down and call it 2 yards to go for Bluffton to get a first down. They need to get outside the 37-yard line and the ball resting right at the 35.
You know, Dave, I never had the opportunity to ask Hubie what it was like to coach somebody older than him when I played. So.
Oh, my gosh. The insults just keep on rolling. Under 5 minutes and running left to go in this first half. Thomas, the quarterback, drops back, looks out to his left,
That's
and it
fumble.
is incomplete
That's
to
a fumble.
Hall. It's picked up by Pierce, but the officials are going to call it incomplete.
Ooh. Now we need review, Dave, because I'm pretty sure he threw that ball backwards. But not,
Boy, it was close. It was close, and it brings up 3rd down, 2 yards to go.
Speakman was scooping and scoring right
That was
there.
Pierce. That was Pierce. Yeah.
Oh, boy, Pierce would have loved that.
Yeah. He's in a corner now. Pierce is in a corner, and out wide to the left-hand side playing corner is Starks.
Yeah, you got to love Pierce. He's the journeyman.
Yeah. He can play anywhere they want to put him.
Yep.
Except maybe center. He may not want to try that.
Yeah, he might be undersized.
3rd down, 2. Thomas, handoff, goes to Tucker. Tucker takes it up to the 37, 38-yard line. He's got the first down, gain of about 2 on the play. He'll struggle forward, and they'll mark him with a gain of 3 and a first down for Bluffton.
Boy, you talk about officiating. They ran to their sideline, and that official had him marked 2 yards from where the ball is. So I don't know if he's just not seeing the same thing as our sideline official, but nice little run right there by Tucker for a first down.
Ball at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 for Bluffton. Tucker off to the left of Thomas. Trips out to the near side. Thomas fumble on the handoff. He picks it up, though, scoops it up, and dives past the 40 out to the 41-yard line. Gain of just a couple, and Thomas made something out of nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. He's lucky he was able to scoop the ball back up, and as you said, got something out of nothing, and that could have been a big turn of events right there for the Lions defense.
12-7, Mount on top of it. 4:10 remaining to go in this first half. Thomas looking things over. He's got Tucker looking over to the sideline. Early in the ball game, they were going with kind of like that sugar huddle, but now they're not. Now Hall goes out wide to the right-hand side. Gardner is wide to the left-hand side, and they move Tucker to the left of Thomas. Ball in the near hash mark, and Tucker's going to get the handoff right up the middle, takes it across the 45 to the 46-yard line, keeps his legs moving, moves the pile, and he'll take it out to the 48-yard line, a gain of 6. And it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it's just a nice job of keeping his legs chopping. And I thought Thomas, the young freshman, would see that the Mount's got Pierce on the wideout down here, number 1, and he's one-on-one, but Thomas did not see that and take advantage, or at least try to.
Warlick is in the ball game. He's out wide to the right-hand side as Hall leaves the contest, and in now for Bluffton. Coming in off the bench is Cale Lee. Lee lines up in the slot. And they have Johnson lined up off to the right-hand side, too. Plummer out to the left. Fake handoff. Thomas keeps it up the middle to midfield. Flag down, thrown in the vicinity of holding. And it'll be taken down to the 45-yard line, and that is what the call will be, holding. On 3rd and 1, Thomas had the first down, but the hold will negate that and bring it back.
Yeah, it might be on 66 here. Boy, that official threw that flag immediately.
Yeah, right away. Right now, for the Mount, 2 penalties, 91 yards in penalty yardage today. And for Bluffton, that's 5 penalties, 43 yards in the ball game.
The clock will be running here. The Mount's got 3 timeouts, but I don't think Bluffton will be in a hurry to get this play off. They're just going to probably use a little time and do something safe. But
I would
let's
think
see what we do defensively.
I would think the Mount will take a timeout after this play. And now Bluffton, I think, have they called a timeout? No, but Tucker on the side was waiting for somebody to come in. Now they've got to bring in Hall in place of, or bring in Johnson in place of Hall.
Timeout right now. The Mount just called it, I believe.
Boy, they let a lot of time go off the clock down to 2:29 before they finally called that timeout. Now,
I don't know if they called timeout.
Side judge, see if we can hear. Well, they're going to reset the clock up to 2:38, I believe is what it is.
I believe you're correct there, but the clock will run immediately.
And now the clock will start. 3rd and 11 from the 38-yard line in Bluffton territory for the Beavers. They shift Tucker to the left. Thomas on 3rd and 11, drops straight back, looks over the middle, now runs out to the left, tucks it under, and he's going to be hit at the 36 and dropped at the 37. That'll be a sack on the play, and let's see what the Lions do, if they will take a timeout, and right now they're just letting the clock run with 2:13 to go.
Well, you know, time to take a risk here, I guess, but the way they've been snapping to this punter, I might take a timeout to make him think about it. So
Anthony Wright came in from that star linebacker position and picked up the sack on the play.
Yeah, that's another guy they're high on, a freshman. I believe he's out of Kentucky, isn't he?
Yep.
Nice little ball player. We've called his name quite a bit every time we're broadcasting.
Rupp will go back to punt the ball away from about his own 25-yard line. 1:44 and running. Boy, a lot of time has elapsed off the clock.
There it is.
High snap, but Rupp takes it down. He's going to get it away. Nice high kick. Speakman can't see it. It's going to hit inside the 20 and go all the way into the end zone for a touchback. That is a 63-yard punt by Rupp.
Yeah, that's a great punt. He's a rugby-type kicker, and or punter, I should say. And that ball almost got blocked, and he just...
I was wrong. 73 yards on that punt.
That'll help him out a little bit, but, you know, Speakman lost it in the sun and couldn't even think about catching that ball.
So Taylor's back in a quarterback. Newton goes out wide to the left. Brock slot left. Paul Miner lines up tight end right off the line. Tomey's in the backfield for the Lions, and running it around the right-hand side is Taylor. Sees a hole across the 25-30, broke a tackle to the 40, and he'll be run out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Yeah,
22 yards on the gain and a first down for the Lions.
It's the same formation they used at the beginning of the game. He got a touchdown with Miner and the other tight end, 87, going double tights, and then Tomey leading the way. Just a nice run by Josh Taylor.
Taylor, 8 carries, 64 yards on the day, and 2 touchdowns. Ball at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Fake handoff. Taylor's going to keep it up the middle to the 45. Struggles out to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 4. 2nd down. Lions still with 3 timeouts remaining and 1:10 and running left to go in this first half. They lead at 12-7.
Boy, it'd be nice to come away with at least 3.
Taylor looking things over on 2nd down and call it a long 6 yards to go. He's going to keep it around the right-hand side to midfield. Breaks it into the clear to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15. Cuts back to the middle to the 10, to the 5, No flags. Touchdown, Lions.
You know what, Dave? Sometimes we make this game, or any game we coach, so hard. But all the Mountain did was run double tights, and if you notice, it would be, I believe, 87. Who was that? Is that Hall?
Hayden Bell.
Hayden Bell. Sorry, Hayden Bell. When he's on the line of scrimmage, Paul's off, and they run that power that way with Tomey, and Taylor keeps the ball. When Bell is off the line of scrimmage, they're running more of a quarterback trap up the middle. So great job right there by Caleb and the offensive staff. And Taylor, nice run.
65 yards for that touchdown. Rutgerson, the holder. Farfsing comes in to attempt the extra point with 49.2 seconds to go. Kicks it up, and it is good. 49.2 seconds to go in this first half. Your score, the Mount 19, Bluffton 7 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair, plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
What a run by Josh Taylor. They're going to call it finally 54 yards on the touchdown run. But on the afternoon, Taylor now 10 rushes, 122 yards in the ball game, 3 touchdowns on the afternoon. And the Lions have a 19-7 lead with 49.2 seconds left to go in the first half.
Just a great job by Taylor, and obviously Paul Miner and Bell and Tomey leading the way. But I'll go back to the series before this one, Dave. You could see Josh Taylor's momentum change when he took us down and scored that touchdown before this one. But, you know, it's good to see the young freshman grow up a little bit, and they kept it simple for him here this afternoon.
Back set to return, Trey Cummings, Montez Archer, and Farfsing's going to squib it upfield, and it'll be taken in by one of the upbacks. He touched it, and Montez Archer is going to jump on the football, or check that. That is Robinson's going to jump on the football and save it from turning it over to the Mount at the 27-yard line.
Got a flag down right where we probably be offsides on the Lions. But nice play right there, jumping on the ball, because that ball could have been recovered by the Lions.
Don't forget, at halftime, we will preview and review the Final Four in NCAA Division I basketball. 2 women's semifinal games last night. Their championship game will be tomorrow. And the men will have the semifinal game this afternoon. And their championship game will be on Monday.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Roy Williams retiring?
Probably a smart decision for him, you know, 70-year-old young man. And speaking of 70, I want to wish my sister Jane, who's listening to us, Jane Weber, happy 70th birthday. And I got to say this, Roy Williams, one heck of a coach.
Yep.
And, you know, you hate to see anybody of that ability leave the game, but we all know we're going to leave it sooner or later, and he's going out on top, and congratulations to him.
That's offside against the Lions, so they'll add 5 yards to the end of that kick return, so to speak, out to the 32-yard line, and that's where Bluffton will start. 1st and 10, 45.4 seconds to go in this first half. Lions lead at 19-7. Dropping back, Thomas. Thomas now drops back even further, now steps up into the pocket. He's going to be hit and dropped on the play by the Lions. Well, they've got him number 44, but let's check and see who that is. That is Declan Brophy.
And Bluffton's calling a timeout here.
Interesting.
Yeah, 34 seconds. You just took a big sack, and you're down 19-7. I don't know. You know, this allows them out to go ahead and pin their ears back a little bit if they want, or just play prevent. But
well, the Lions still have 3 timeouts left. I was surprised that they didn't take any in the last couple of minutes, but right now it gives us a chance to look at a couple of scores. Lions down at Freedom Stadium in Florence have taken the lead in baseball over Rose-Hulman 5-3, and they're heading into the 9th inning of play. And over in Anderson, the Mount St. Joseph softball team in the bottom of the 5th are down to Anderson 4-1. That would be classified an upset. Anderson's just 1-9 on the year.
But as I told you, that's a little bit of a rivalry game. When I played against Anderson, as I was coaching for Coach Beth Gotterwitz, they were pretty good, and that's always been a good game. But I hope they can turn that around and come back, you know, and get that W, because you just beat the number 7 team in the country in DePaul. So I don't know what's going on there. Obviously, I would love to be seeing what's going on, but we can check the stats at halftime. But hope the Lions can bounce back and get a W right there at Anderson.
That's our next broadcast game. Will be Transy coming up on Wednesday, 4 o'clock with the first game, 6 o'clock the second game. Chris Morris and I will have the play-by-play for you. And that was Rutgers, for the Lions. We'll catch up with you after this play, Thomas. And he's fake handoff to Tucker. Looks out to his left. He's going to be hit as he's thrown. Ball loose on the field. Brofley jumped on it at the 23-yard line. Are they going to call it a fumble? Let's see. It will be a fumble.
Yes,
and the Lions have recovered the football at the 23 of Bluffton.
Boy, just great coverage downfield. That's a coverage sack, and good job getting the ball out of Thomas's hands. But, I'm sure Bluffton will second-guess themselves for calling timeout and going for something here. But let's see who's coming out. It looks like Taylor's coming out on this offense again, which he's got it rolling right here today this afternoon, I'd say.
Wanted to tell you that was Russell Klosterman who hurt his wrist earlier in the ballgame. Just saw him on the sideline. He's got that all taped up. 27.8 seconds to go. Moving in motion is Brock to the far side. Taylor drops straight back, looks down the middle. He's going to throw it over the middle. He's got a receiver incomplete. Almost intercepted in the backfield by Bluffton. One of their free safeties back there, Devon Hedwood.
Yeah, he almost got that picked. He kind of forced that one, and we talked about him making his decisions there. He had one-on-one down here at the bottom, but just chose not to even look this way. But I'm not sure what was going on with our wideout down here. He looked like he was blocking. He was getting ready to block, but hopefully Josh Taylor will make a better decision here and get us in some kind of field goal range.
22.9 seconds left to go. Lions on top by 12. Dropping back, Taylor looking over the right-hand side. He's going to throw it into the end zone. He's got Brock complete, and the sideline incomplete. They said he stepped out of bounds. Boy, oh boy. I would love to see a replay on that one.
Well, I started leaning out the window, Dave, and I do think he accidentally just bobbled that ball and couldn't get both feet down. Now, that was a good decision by Josh Taylor.
Yes.
He threw that ball right where it had to be, and I believe Brock just couldn't come down with the clean catch.
Ball still at the 23-yard line. 17 seconds now remaining to go in the first half. Kinhalt in the ball game, and now Caleb Carrill is going to call a timeout on the offense. And I don't think the coaching staff for the Lions are happy at all about that call. Tyler Hopperton down on the sideline giving the back judge an earful.
Yeah, he's going to ask him right now what happened, and he was right there. It's easy for us to be upset when they don't make the call your way, but the official was right there, and Hops, I think, explained to him I was looking right down the same sideline. So.
Well, in college football, you only got to have 1 foot in. Remember that,
yes.
And I thought he easily had a foot in.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll break down that part of the film when they see it tomorrow or Monday, so unfortunately, everything happens at a quick pace. And
yep.
The officials got to make those calls. And might be the only time I back them right here, so I'm kidding.
17 seconds remaining to go. The Lions use their first of 3 timeouts, so if you got an A in math, that means they've got 2 left.
Very good.
Tomey in the backfield with Taylor on 3rd down 10 for the Lions. Newton goes out wide to the left-hand side. Brock slot right, Kinhalt wide right. Taylor has run for 3 touchdowns today. He's got over 120 yards rushing so far in the ballgame. Taylor, fake handoff. Now rolls out to his right. He's going to throw it back to Tomey. He's wide open at the 15. Got the first down to the 10, to the 5. He's going to be hit and brought down at the 4. Timeout Lions. 8.8 seconds to go. 1st and goal for Mount St. Joseph inside the Bluffton 4.
I have to say, Caleb probably made that call and told Josh, you got to hit Tomey on this. A great play fake to Tomey coming out of the backfield. They brought the wide out on a post route and cleared out the whole left side. And Josh Taylor hit him on the run. A great run after catch right there by TNT, Mr. Tomey.
Well, that's the one thing that they told me. The coaches said that they set Taylor down this week and showed him game films of Chayton Tomlin over the last 4 years and how Chayton just took the easy pass. He'd see somebody open, boom, he just went to him. And he would only take chances when he thought that he had an opportunity and had to take the chance. And that's what they're trying to get Taylor to understand right now, is just take the easy play and try to get the yards after catch.
Yeah, absolutely. And once he learns that, and I believe he came from the same system in high school.
Yes,
as
Mount
Tommy.
Orab.
So once he understands that, this is where he becomes a very good threat right now as a running pass option quarterback, and you still got one timeout, so he could easily run this ball.
8.8 seconds to go. Ball resting just inside the 5-yard line, 1st and goal, but that doesn't matter right now. Lions with one timeout left. They've got Newton in motion. Taylor's going to roll it out to the right. He's going to throw it into the back of the end zone. A Minor touchdown, Lions!
Boy, what a route by Paul Minor. He was blocking, then he went out as Josh Taylor rolled to his right, and Paul just settled in the back of the end zone.
Minor with his touchdown catch. That is his first of the season. 3.8 seconds to go in this first half, and the Lions have opened up a 25-7 lead.
Yeah, it's good to see Paul get that touchdown. A great young man.
Good snap from center. Rutgerson gets it down. Kick is up by Farfsing, and it is good. We're going to keep it right here. Boy, what a last 2.5 minutes. And I was sitting up here, Bear, questioning the Lions not using their timeouts, and it turned out they knew more about it than I did.
Well, you're right. So I was calling for it, Dave. As a former football coach, I was calling to use a timeout, and they really got a break when that punt went in the end zone and didn't have that, a long field. And then the momentum got rolling again with Josh Taylor stepping up and doing all the small things, taking the small completions and taking the power run to his right with the double tight ends and Tommy leading the way. He's really done a great job after that second interception to control this offense and get the momentum swung back over to the Mount.
Taylor has thrown for a touchdown, ran for 3 others. Passing-wise today, Taylor 4 of 8, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 48 yards. And running today, Taylor 10 carries, 121 yards, 12.1 yards a carry, a long of 54, and 3 TDs.
That's a great average to have.
Not too bad at all. Not too stabby. So Farfsing will kick it off. Bluffton has Archer and Cummings back set to return. They're now standing in a stack. They have been for the last couple of times prior to the kick so that Farfsing cannot see which side they go to, and then they break that stack, I think, too early, but they did, and now a squib up the field. And it'll be grabbed by Bluffton at the 34-yard line, 35-40, 45-50, and brought down as Tucker, and that will do it for the first half of action. But a good one here from Schueler Field in Cincinnati. Bear, the Lions come up with a couple of touchdowns in the last 2 minutes, and now they've opened up a 26-7 lead.
Yeah, great job by the staff there controlling that second quarter. Josh Taylor again with his performance, but I have to give it to the O-line and Tommy for all the blocks they've been throwing for Josh Taylor. Just great, simple play calling by Caleb, and then the nice job with the play action of Paul Minor settling in the back of the end zone and getting his touchdown there.
So the Lions lead it 26-7 here at halftime. The NCAA preview coming up next here on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Ohio's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Social media has exploded over the years. The way we interact, receive news, and comment with everything has changed in this decade, and Twitter is where people usually discover what's happening. This is Dave Mitchell. With over 500 million tweets being sent each day, hundreds of millions of people are exploring links, articles, retweets, trends, and moments to find out what's new. Businesses strengthen their brands, friends promote themselves, and some just want more followers and likes. I just want to hear from you. Before, during, or after, send me your comments about the game to my Twitter, OHBB Co-host. That's OHBBCOHOST. I hope to hear from you soon. That's OHBB Co-host.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Ohio's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Schueler Field in Cincinnati. I'm Dave Mitchell. We're at halftime of this afternoon's football game between the Mount St. Joseph Lions and the Bluffton Beavers. We'll take a look at the first half stats coming up in just a little bit. Don't forget, on Monday night, it's the Ohio Baseball Weekly Show where Blake Watson and I talk about the Cleveland Indians and the Cincinnati Reds. It's your favorite podcast. Pick it up anywhere. It'll be on the website, ultimatesportstalk.com, at 7 o'clock on Monday night. Last night, well, the Final Four began in women's college basketball for the NCAA tournament in Texas. And the first game, what a thriller it was. It was an outstanding basketball game. And in the contest, South Carolina was taking on the number one seeded Stanford Cardinal. In the ball game, a 1-point victory for Stanford as they make it into the championship ball game. CBS Sports' Cassandra Negley reports on the ball game.
It was a heartbreaker in the first Final Four game of the night between South Carolina and Stanford. Haley Jones ended up making the game winner after some frenetic rebounding with about 30 seconds left. South Carolina forced a turnover at midcourt. They had two easy looks at a basket to be the game-winning shots, but they missed both of them. Aaliyah Boston missed the final shot in a play that was similar to the one earlier this year against UConn. Both she and some of the other players on the team are sophomores, so they'll be able to come back. But Stanford is on to its fifth national title game. They're going for their third title. They won 2 in the 1990s. Haley Jones had 24 points on 11 of 14 shots. She was huge for Stanford, even though she sat most of the second quarter with 2 early fouls. She was really the offensive power for a team that's really deep. Kiana Williams was quiet, but Lexi Hall stepped up. She didn't have the greatest shooting game, but she poured in 18 points for Stanford to get this one done. Stanford advances to play the winner of UConn and Arizona in the championship game on Sunday in San Antonio.
In the nightcap from Texas, the second game, it had another number one seed, Connecticut, taking on Arizona last night. First time Arizona had ever been into the Final Four in women's college basketball. What a tournament they have had. And Cassandra Negley reports on that ball game from last night.
If you didn't know Arizona and Ari McDonald, you definitely know them now. Arizona dominated the 11-time national champion UConn Huskies and freshman phenom Paige Beckers in the Final Four. Arizona is moving on to the title game with a 69-59 victory. That's on the back of Ari McDonald, who came out shooting hot from three-point range. She's been doing it really well the past few games, and it's been huge for the Wildcats this tournament. She scored 26, she had 7 rebounds, and she made 4 three-pointers, one of which started the game, and Arizona never trailed UConn. Paige Beckers had 18 points. She wasn't able to lift UConn late in the game, although she tried. Kristen Williams had 20 points. She fouled out with about 4 minutes left in a foul that didn't look to be a foul, so it was unfortunate to see her on the bench. Arizona will play Stanford in the title game on Sunday. It's an all Pac-12 championship game. They've played twice before. Arizona lost both of those games, but that's not the same team that we're seeing right now. Aerie is hot. Adia Barnes has gotten her team into the right mindset for a title game, and they're going to give Stanford a good run.
So on Sunday, it will be Stanford against Arizona, an all Pac-12 college basketball women's championship game. Well, this afternoon, starting at 5:15, the men's Final Four gets underway. Should be an interesting contest this afternoon in game number 1 between Houston and Baylor. Andy Katz reports on that ball game.
A couple of old Southwest Conference rivals will meet in the national semifinal on Saturday in Indianapolis. Houston and Baylor. That's a 2-seed Houston Cougars out of the American Athletic Conference now, and a 1-seed, the Baylor Bears, out of the Big 12. So Houston actually got its offense going against Oregon State, their 4th double-digit seed that they played along the way to the Final Four. They made 11 threes in that game against the Beavers, scoring well from Marcus Sasser, Dejan Giroux, and Quentin Grimes. If they can duplicate that against Baylor's foursome of Maceo Teague, Jared Butler, Davion Mitchell, and Adam Flagler, then the Houston Cougars certainly have a chance to upset Baylor in the national semifinal. The front courts are a bit of a wash. Neither side really relies on their front court, so it will depend on how they rebound at both ends of the court. This will come down to guards. Can Houston get off those threes against Baylor's defense? Davion Mitchell may end up winning the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year. So it will be difficult. This will be by far their toughest assignment offensively, going against Baylor's perimeter defense. But this Houston team has shown no quit throughout the course of the season in this NCAA tournament. Kelvin Sampson has done a wonderful job rebuilding this program from the ground up, but so has Scott Drew. He has waited for this moment. He's been in Elite Eights before, but now he has taken Baylor to the Final Four. We've all waited for a potential Baylor-Gonzaga national final. We will see if we get that. Baylor has to beat Houston first. Gonzaga has to knock off UCLA. Baylor's playing the way they did prior to the pause. And ultimately, in what I think will be a much closer game than maybe people project, Baylor will beat Houston and get to the national championship game.
And in the second game, the number 1 seeded Gonzaga. Well, they are in the Final Four again under head coach Mark Few, and they will be taking on the upstart UCLA Bruins. Well, it's hard to say upstart when you say UCLA in the same sentence. And Andy Katz reports on that ball game.
Gonzaga will put its undefeated season on the line in the national semifinals against UCLA. That's a 1 seed versus an 11 seed. The Zags have been dominating the competition like few teams before them over the last 20, 30 years. In their first 4 games in the NCAA tournament, they are beating teams by an average of 24 points a game. In fact, it was really only Oklahoma in the second round that kind of pushed the Zags early in that game. They're getting contributions from a variety of sources. Drew Timme, Jalen Suggs, of course, Corey Kispert, Joel Ayayi, Andrew Nembhard, Anton Watson. And defensively, the much maligned Zags are doing a great job on the perimeter, especially with Suggs and Nembhard and Ayayi literally taking the basketball away from USC multiple times during their Elite Eight victory. So it is that defense, maybe even more so than the offense, that UCLA is going to have to really deal with. The Bruins have struggled offensively at times and have relied almost exclusively on Johnny Juzang or Jaime Jaquez. In their Elite Eight victory over Michigan, it was essentially just Juzang who was scoring for them. He had 28 points. That's 28 out of their 51 points. If they're going to beat Gonzaga and upset the Zags, they're going to need plenty of other contributions from Jaquez, from Jules Bernard, from Cody Riley, and Tiger Campbell, who's done an exceptional job leading this team at the point. So that's the big question. Can UCLA score well enough to keep up with Gonzaga? Not the way the Zags are defending. UCLA has had a remarkable run from losing 4 in a row to being one of the last teams in the field in the first 4, getting to the Final Four, the first time since the 2011 VCU Rams to do so. This has been quite a run for UCLA, having to reinvent itself without Chris Smith, who was injured, Jalen Hill, who decided to leave the team for personal reasons. So they've had to do this multiple times this season. They've never quit. They've been a gritty team, and they've shown it under Mick Cronin in the NCAA tournament. But destiny awaits for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. They're going to beat UCLA and get to the national championship game on Monday night, trying to become the first team to win the national championship by going undefeated since the 1976 Indiana Hoosiers.
That championship game between the winners of these two games this afternoon will be played Monday night at 9:20, and you'll be able to watch it on CBS. I'm Dave Mitchell. Dan Benjamin and I will be back to take a look at the first half stats for this afternoon's ball game between Bluffton and Mount St. Joseph when we return to Schueler Field right after this timeout.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. Whether entering the nursing field, changing careers, or expanding your professional skills, innovative simulation labs and a variety of clinical sites prepare you to deliver exceptional patient care. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs taught by highly credentialed faculty, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
Look around you. 1 in 4 kids in the U.S. faces hunger. It's not always easy to see the signs, but in this land of plenty, there are kids that don't know where they will get their next meal. Join Share Our Strength and Food Network and take the pledge to end childhood hunger here in America by 2050. Learn how at NoKidHungry.org. Their next meal could come from you.
26-7 is the scoreboard right now here at halftime at Mount St. Joseph University, Schueler Field in Cincinnati. Mount on top of it by 19 points, and it wasn't that way earlier, but we'll get into that here in just a few minutes. Right now, the Mount St. Joseph softball team is losing 6-1 to Anderson, and in the top of the 9th inning, Mount St. Joseph's baseball team down at Florence Freedom Stadium is winning by a score of 7-5, and there are 2 outs left in that one. They are close to breaking their 5-game losing streak if they can slam the door shut in this one. But Bear, when you look at this ball game this afternoon, Josh Taylor has really been the guy behind this Lions lead of 19, 26-7. He has run 10 times for 121 yards and 3 touchdowns and thrown another touchdown pass.
Yeah, just a great job by that young man, as I pointed out in the first half. But you got to give some credit to Caleb and Coach Hop, both going back to the drawing board and telling this young man, we need you to make a little bit better decisions, and that sometimes come with growth. But they also said we're keeping it simple for him today, and they've done that. You know, he's run probably about 4 or 5 plays and ran a lot of them from the second quarter on, and the result is him running for 12 yards average, and obviously a couple 3 touchdowns there, and leading us with a 26-7 victory at halftime over Bluffton.
Kyle Profit started the game for the Lions at quarterback. He was 3 of 4 passing for 19 yards. He was not mashed potatoes either.
No, it's nice to have that backup quarterback, but again, you know, you always play that questioning game. What are you going to do with him? You know, and I know Hop will do a great job finding a spot for him, and just a great young man, and Profit will be here for the team. He just wants to contribute and be a part of something special, and you look for players like that. So you got to give Profit credit for being able to do what he does, and he's always ready to come in if he needs to be.
Bluffton came in as a dominant rushing team, but without their starting quarterback and starting running back in Greeley and Hobus. They have been held 25 carries to just 52 yards at 2.1 yards per run average, and they've caught 5 passes for 35 yards in the ball game. As far as the Mount is concerned, they have ran the ball 20 times for 158 yards. We said that Taylor has accumulated 121 of those yards, but that's almost an 8 yards per carry average, and if they continue that, Bear, they're sitting pretty.
Yeah, nobody will stop that. I don't care who you are. You'll have to crowd the box a little bit more, and you don't want to do that with Josh Taylor, because then they'll pick that up, and then he'll give him that run-pass option, and that's where he'll succeed even more. But just a great job up front by the Lions offensive line. But I got to give credit to our defensive line, too, you know, as Finn talked about in your pregame interview with him, the guys up front are getting it done and allowing him and Fisher and Wright to make tackles. And I called Noah Hammond's name quite a bit, Gavin's name a little bit today. They are getting it done up front. And it's speed versus power, and right now the speed up front is getting it done.
Interesting stat here, time of possession. Lions have held the football 5.5 minutes less than Bluffton has in this ball game, and they've got a 26-7 lead.
Great job by them, getting the most out of when they have that ball, and that's you got to give credit again to the offense. And Caleb doing a great job of play calling, and the O-line doing a nice job of executing.
Well, as we told you, Taylor, 4 of 8 passing, 2 interceptions today, a touchdown for 48 yards. Kyle Profit, 3 of 4 passing for 19 yards, 75% completion ratio. For the rushing attack, it's all been Josh Taylor, 10 carries, 121 yards. Trevor Tomey, though, has carried the ball 7 times for 22 yards in the ball game. Profit, 1 carry for 9 yards, and Rice, 2 carries for 6 yards in the ball game. As far as receiving is concerned, Lions have 2 receivers with 2 catches each. That's Austin Brock and Paul Miner, each with 2 catches. Now, Miner has caught a touchdown pass. Trevor Tomey, Newton, and Chandler Kinhall each have a pass catch here this afternoon. The Lions, they have accumulated 12 first downs in this first half of action. Bluffton, 6 first downs behind their quarterback, Thomas. Thomas, 3 of 8 passing, 1 interception, 55 yards in the ball game, and a touchdown. He's been sacked 3 times in the ball game. He's leading Bluffton in rushing, 8 carries for 40 yards. Robinson, 3 carries for 14 yards. Tucker, 7 carries for 8 yards total. Mason, 1 carry for 7 yards. Neighbors has carried the ball once for 4 yards in this first half. 26-7, Bears lead it here. Or I should say the Lions.
Lions.
You are the Bear. You're the Bear. And the Lions are leading it now 26-7. And when we return, the Lions will be getting the opening kickoff of the second half. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Benjamin. The second half is next on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Ohio's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Dave Mitchell, Dan Benjamin back here at Schueler Field. Lions leading at 26-7. And bear with the Lions getting the football to start this second half of action. You would think they could take the ball down the field and score. That would put a nail in the coffin of this one.
Oh, yeah. You come out of this, and this is just being a former special teams coordinator. You see the coach over there telling Rupp right now where he wants him to kick the ball. If they kick it to Speakman, I think that's not a good move. You got to be leery, too, of an onside kick because they got nothing to lose at this point. But, I'd say don't kick this ball to Speakman. Obviously, you want to try and get the ball in the end zone somehow, but we'll see what Bluffton does here. And you're right. If the O goes down and scores, that does put a nail in the coffin.
Well, it's interesting that you say the onside kick as the ball is blown off the tee again. Again, down to the south end of the stadium. You look at the flag, there's no wind whatsoever, but both of these kickers have had a tough time keeping the ball on the tee. But I was going to say the Lions have their hands team on the field expecting the onside kick here, leading it 26-7. And Rupp will kick it off for Bluffton, going from left to right, and it's a squib kick up the field, taken in by one of the upbacks at the 25. That's Newton to the 30, to the 35, to the 40, and he runs right into a wall of Beavers, and he is stopped at the 40-yard line, and that's where the Lions will start out 1st and 10, and Josh Taylor will be back in a quarterback.
Nice job right there by Newton. Again, Bluffton was thinking like us, and they didn't kick it to Speakman. They kicked it to the outback. But what great field position right now for the Lions.
Absolutely, at the 40-yard line, and Bluffton has got to feel the pressure on them right now to keep this one a close ball game. 26-7, first play of the second half for the Lions with Taylor, Tomey to his right, and Taylor's going to keep it right behind Tomey off that right side, cuts it to the far side, and he's going to be hit and dropped out at the 43-yard line, a gain of 3.
Yeah, a nice little run by him. He just keeps following Tomey, but I think the safety come flying up there and put a good lick on Josh right there.
That's the one thing with the amount of carries that Josh is going to have throughout his career. Boy, he's got to get himself ready to take a lot of hits. Taylor with Tomey to the left of him. Brock and Kinhold out to the right. Newton moving in motion to the left, and he's got the pass from Taylor. Breaks the tackle at the 45 to the 50, spins forward inside Bluffton territory and out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Gain of 10 and a first down for the Lions.
Yeah, just a nice simple pass. Newton in motion, basically like a bubble screen. Makes a nice catch. Brock gives a decent enough block for him to, break that tackle and get the first down.
Ball at the Bluffton 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Lions. Tomey right behind the quarterback Taylor now in the pistol, and the handoff goes to Tomey around the left side, gets a good block to the 45, flag down.
That's
Boy,
a bad call.
I thought that was a good block down to the 43-yard line.
Yeah.
That's a gain of 6, but it'll all be for naught as they're going to call holding against the Lions.
Yeah, I don't like that call. I was watching it. He made contact, but he let off. It didn't affect the play one bit. Tomey was already being around the edge.
Andrew Weeks is the man called for the hold. 13:49 left to go, so instead of a first down, they'll mark it back from the 45-yard line, spot of the foul, to the 44-yard line in Lions territory. Indians game started at 1:10 this afternoon. What time do the Reds play? They play at 4?
I believe they do.
Do they?
Well, they haven't played yet this season.
Yeah, they played the first game.
Well, they haven't played.
Yeah, they haven't played. First down and call it 19 yards to go. Dropping back is Taylor, looking up the left side, now to the right side. He's going to throw the ball deep down the middle. He's got a receiver, Kinhold, but it's over his head and incomplete.
Boy, the strength of that young man's arm. He out threw everybody running down there, but nice job up front giving him time. And that's one you like. You got to throw one deep, probably 60 yards in the air. And now if we can get back and make a third short happen, where we at 2nd and 18. So hopefully they'll get back to something basic here.
Ball at the 44-yard line in the Mount territory. Taylor looking over to Caleb Carrill, the offensive coordinator. 2nd down, 18 yards to go. Newton and Brock are out to the right-hand side. Now moving in motion is York, and York is going to get the pass from Taylor at midfield, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 49-yard line. That's going to get back about 8 yards and bring up 3rd down and a long 10.
Yeah, nice safe pass there. They took the decision-making off of Taylor's hands there and threw that nice little out. York did a good job getting upfield and picking up 8.
So it's 3rd down. Call it a short 11, a long 10. However you want to look at it. Out wide to the right-hand side is Chase Samples, who's into the ball game now for the first time. Newton lines up slot right as the Lions run that stack near the tackles on the line of scrimmage. Dropping back is Taylor on 3rd and 11. He's going to roll out to the left, tuck it under at the 48-yard line, be run out of bounds at the 46, gain of 2. They'll mark him at the 47, so call it just 1. And it brings up 4th down, and Max Suchomsky will come in with plenty of field to increase his yards per kick average.
Yeah, see if Max can do his job that he's been doing all year and pin him inside the 10. And I don't know what kind of wind we got out there. It's a little swirling wind, I guess. But
yeah,
we'll see if Max can get it done.
Blowing,
left-footed kicker.
It's at his back right now. Suchomsky came in 44 yards per punt, excuse me. And dropping back, Suchomsky gets a good kick, tried to go to a coffin corner, and it's going to go bounce at the 10 and bounce right into the end zone. Archer could do nothing about it. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Suchomsky while we've got a minute. He has got a way of kicking that ball to where it is a spiral, but the way it looks is the way kicks it and it comes down. Is that something, and it takes a roll for him. Is that something that you can teach as a punter?
Oh, absolutely, and that's due to the spiral. So if he's holding the ball properly, like he just did there, and he hit, and you notice that ball hit somewhere around the 10, and it just shot off that yard marker there at the 10 and went in the end zone. He does a great job of that. So, you know, when you get a good hit off that ball and you get that spiral, you're going to get additional yardage.
Thomas back in at quarterback. He was 3 of 8 passing in the first half, and he hands it off to the first man through, Trayvon Mason, who's starting the second half at running back, and he picks up 5 yards behind the right side of that line, and it brings up second down, 5 yards to go.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that again coming out this half out of the Bluffton Beavers. That's what they did in the first series. They were able to pound us and see if they're a little fresh up front, but again, as we go along the half, I think they're going to get worn out.
Mason, 2 carries, 12 yards on the afternoon. And Mason, fake handoff. Thomas is going to run around the left-hand side, breaks a tackle to the 30, 35, spins away from another tackle outside the 40, and he's finally going to be downed at the 42-yard line. Gain of about 17 on the play and a first down for the Beavers.
Yeah, nice run right there by Thomas. He made the decision to keep it. You see Noah Hammond's coming off the field, clapping his hands in a little bit of disappointment. He had him, but Thomas made a great move.
11:44 in running left to go in this third quarter. It's 26-7. Mount St. Joseph on top of it. Thomas, first possession of the second half, handoff, and it goes right up the middle to Mason, and Mason cuts it across the 45 down to the 42-yard line. That's a 14-yard carry and a first down.
Yeah, great call right there. They just caught the Lions in a blitz. Fisher went right by the ball carrier.
Boy, Mason, he's showing some explosiveness at the line.
Yeah, he does a nice job. What back is he now? Their third or fourth?
Third back right now. First and 10 for Bluffton in Mount Territory at the 42. Mason moves off to the right of Thomas, and Thomas is going to hand it off to Mason, and Mason's going to be hit at the 40, but struggle forward to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of about 4.5 yards.
Boy, I can't read our number. I think it's 44, our defensive end. Who is that? I believe that's who that is. Boy, he did a nice job. He was getting blocked by the big man, number 77 for Bluffton, and he just rode him all the way down, but he got a piece of that tackle.
Declan
Nice
Brophy.
Declan.
Second down, 6 yards to go, 10:40 to go in this third quarter. Lions showing blitz. Fisher coming in, but Thomas is going to roll to his right now, back to his left. He's going to be hit behind the line. Got away from 3 or 4 Lions. Spins it out to the 35, to the 30, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the 29-yard line. What a play by Thomas. He picks up 11 and a first down.
Yeah, unfortunate for the defense. They had him for a loss, but, you know, the young man kept his feet moving and, like you said, spun out of a couple tackles there.
Boy, 5 Lions, it appeared, were back there ready to get him, and he just spun away from all that trouble. 10:15 in running. Left to go in this third quarter. Thomas, they were going with a sugar huddle, like I said, early in the ball game, and now they're just going up to the line of scrimmage and looking over to Aaron Krebs for the signs. And now they'll go up to the line of scrimmage. Mason now moves off to the left of Thomas. Ball on the far hash mark, trips out to the near side. Thomas, fake handoff, rolls to the left, looks to the left side. He's going to throw it incomplete to Mace, the tight end.
Yeah, that was just a run option there for the young man, and he had to throw that one away. He had pressure on him, and he had the guy open. He had a couple steps on our corner up there, but just couldn't connect.
So it's second down, 10 yards to go from the Mount 28-yard line. Make the 29 is where they've actually got it spotted. 9:51 remaining. Mason's still in the backfield. He's the third running back this afternoon for Bluffton. 4 carries, 32 yards, and 8 yards per carry average. He's from Erlanger, Kentucky, and boy, when you look at that, just down the road from Lloyd Memorial High School, and he's going to get the handoff right up the middle to the 25, struggles to the 20. Gain of about 8 on the carry for the youngster, sophomore, 5'6", 206 pounds, and he's getting his chance to shine this afternoon.
Yeah, he did a nice job there. He caught Finn leaning, and Finn's hobbling out there a little bit, and then he gave Finn the little hit, and that's not like the Finn that let that happen, but nice run by Mason.
3rd and 2 from the 21-yard line. They need to get to the 19, and Thomas is going to keep it himself. He's going to run around the left side, got hit, head at the 20, it spins forward to the 16-yard line, and it's a first down after a gain of 6.
That's just Thomas being an athlete right there. The Mount took everything away, and as I talked the last series or last play, Finn's coming off the field hobbling.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll be healthy here. It was a nice hit by Fisher, but downfield a little bit too late, and he got the first down.
He is never going to let me interview him before a game again. Under 9 minutes in running. 26-7 the Mount. Leads it by 19, but Bluffton looking at the Lions, showing blitz at the line of scrimmage. Thomas with Mason. Now Thomas is going to keep it right up the middle. He's going to be hit at the 15 and stacked up and brought right down there.
Whoa.
Troy Speakman, and now a flag is down.
They're going to get us, I think, on a personal foul. I believe, I can't remember the number, somebody punched at the ball. And I don't like this call. He was just trying to get the ball out. The whistle might have blown, but I don't know.
Well, I go back to a bear and I say football is a violent sport. It always has been. It always will be. You can legislate whatever you want out of it, and all you do is give, what are they saying, that he tried to rip the football out? Personal foul, trying to rip the football away?
Yeah, I guess.
That's a coaching play.
That must be a new rule. They come up with new ones every year, and it just amazes me how they come up with some of these rules.
I know Chuck Murray and I have talked during the baseball games about some of the new rules of baseball are putting in, and boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Football is doing about the same thing. So it's first down at the 9-yard line, first and goal for Bluffton at about the 8, and the fake handoff. Thomas cut it to the left, now back to the right, inside the 5 to the 4, struggles forward to the 3, 2, 1, touchdown Bluffton. Boy, he just kept going and going, and the meat of that offensive line just continued to churn away, especially behind Dustin Massey, that right guard it looked like, Bear.
Yeah, he did a nice job of keeping his feet moving, but I want to see that one on film. This is, you talk about rules, this is one I don't like. You can get behind the runner and push him. That's not football yet. To me, you got to block somebody, so I'd like to see that one on film.
That's more of a rugby play.
Yes.
In to attempt the extra point is Blanford. Blanford, sidewinder, kicks that one up, and it is good. 8:10 to go in the third. Your score, it's Mount St. Joseph 26, Bluffton 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. Whether entering the nursing field, changing careers, or expanding your professional skills, innovative simulation labs and a variety of clinical sites prepare you to deliver exceptional patient care. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs taught by highly credentialed faculty, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
Well, that was an important drive for Bluffton, Bear. They needed to get back into this one, and now they're just a couple of touchdowns away.
Yeah, and you got to give Thomas credit there. He did a great job engineering the drive, and fortunately for him, he got in the end zone, and that big old line up front's getting it done. But like we said, let's see if the Mount can wear them down and keep them off the field a little bit here on this next drive, and hopefully we can do something special and get that touchdown back.
Final score from Florence. The Mount won the baseball game over Rose in the first game of a double dip, 7-5, and over in Anderson, it's not over yet, but it's 9-1 Anderson over Mount St. Joseph. Here, 26-14, and Rupp will kick it off, and it'll be taken back by Speakman at his 16-yard line, bobbled it back to the 14, picks it up. Now he's going to cut it right up the middle. He'll be hit and dropped, and another scuffle is going on near midfield.
Yep, they're getting after it a little bit now. Bluffton feels they got a shot at this game, and you're right, there's a couple players getting after it. One from Bluffton, one from the Mount, but Speakman's got to field that clean. I know it's hard to do it. Again, as a former special teams coach, we used to do that squib a lot when you had some dangerous return men, and that's what you would get sometimes is a nice bounce.
8:03 remaining, and the Lions have the football back. And Josh Taylor will be staying in at quarterback. He's got Tomey to his right, receivers out wide on both sides, and running it around the right-hand side. Right behind Tomey is Taylor, and he's going to be hit at the line and dropped right there for no gain.
Well, and that's what they did in the first half. They used him and running the ball and Tomey leading it, but Bluffton's now crowding the box a little bit more, and the corners are coming off their assignments a little bit quicker once they see the action of Tomey.
And when you see that, when you see those linebackers coming up in the box, there goes that pop pass over the middle.
Absolutely. That looks like Bluffton's starting to go a little cover one. They were running a lot of cover two the first half, but now they're getting away from that. Now they're cover zero, man up.
Ken Halt back into the ball game. And he will move in motion to the near side, dropping back as Taylor throws over the middle. Incomplete. Boy, he tried to force it in between three players to Austin Brock, and it was knocked away and almost intercepted by Marcus Wood.
Yeah, that's that decision-making by the young man, and he got away with one there. And, you know, the two interceptions earlier, when the first one wasn't his fault, the second one he just didn't see the defensive end drop off, and that one he forced, as you said, in between three people.
So the Lions with Chase Samples out wide to the left-hand side. They've got trips out to the near side. A single receiver up to the far side. Dropping back is Taylor on 3rd and 8. He's going to run it out to the right-hand side. He's going to throw it up the field to Tomey. Tomey's got it at the 43, across the 45, and he's down at the 47-yard line. 27 yards. What a pass by Taylor.
What a beautiful play by Tomey. He read it perfect. He saw Josh scrambling, and he just turned it into a wheel route, and what a touch on the ball by Josh Taylor.
Boy, Taylor and Tomey are playing outstanding here this afternoon. 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 47. Taylor, handoff up the middle to Tomey, and he goes head-to-head with one of the inside linebackers and struggles to the 50-yard line. Boy, he went head-to-head with the outside linebacker, Nick Perry.
Yeah, he laid a lick on him and picked up 3 yards when he should have had nothing, but Tomey's having him a game here today.
Hayden Bell into the ball game now for the Lions.
Look for some type of trap here.
Bell is lined up tight end left. Receivers out wide. Fake handoff to Tomey. Throw out to the left-hand side to Bell, and it is complete at the 49, and he fell down after the catch. Gain of 2, and Rice will come back in at running back now for Tomey.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate that Bell couldn't keep his footing. He had a chance to turn upfield and get some more yardage, but first catch for him.
First catch for him. 6:03 to go, and continues to run here in the third quarter of play. 26-14. Rice to the left of the quarterback, Josh Taylor. Again, receivers out wide. Dropping back Taylor, heavy rush. Now he's going to roll out to the right, looking upfield. He's going to keep it himself across midfield to the 45-40, to the 35-31, 32-yard line maybe. And that's going to be a gain on the play of about 22 yards on the carry for Josh Taylor to the 32-yard line. First down for the Lions in Bluffton territory.
That's a great job by him staying in bounds and getting the extra yardage over there.
Taylor, 14 carries now on the afternoon up to the 32-yard line. Again, another first down for the Lions. Taylor's going to keep it this time around the left-hand side. Just a keeper to the 30. Flag down again. And Taylor's brought down at the 27-yard line, but it looks like it'll be a hold against the Lions.
Yeah, right there on the edge of the left side of the O-line, Taylor had running room, and our guy just grabbed the jersey at the last second.
Before that play, Taylor 14 carries, 146 yards rushing this afternoon.
And that's part of his toolbox, so to speak, for the young man that's a run-pass option quarterback.
That is the 6th penalty of the afternoon for 122 yards against them. This is easily their worst penalty-filled game.
Yeah, they've been getting called, what's that, the 3rd or 4th holding call?
Yeah. 5:19 left to go in the third quarter. 26-14. Lions lead it by 12, but they're marked all the way back to their own 42-yard line. So it'll be first down and about 21 yards to go. And the Lions are bringing in receivers across the way. And now the Lions, I believe, are going to use a timeout, and they will, so we will also. 4:52 to go in the third quarter. Lions use their first timeout. Your score, Mount 26, Bluffton 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Do you want to grow as a leader? Mount St. Joseph University offers a flexible master's degree in organizational leadership. Classes meet about one Saturday a month. Climb higher and become the leader you were meant to be. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/MSOL.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, whether it's spiritware, gifts, or snacks. But the Roar Store is more. They offer everything from notebooks to laundry detergent, even brake fluid and tire repair. plus a wide range of food and drink. And it's just a walk away. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
Lions used their first time out of the second half, 4:52 remaining, and now they're lined up on first down and about 21 yards to go for a first down. Taylor drops back. He's going to roll out to his left. He's looking up the left side. He's got Newton, and it is going to be incomplete. Just led him too far out of bounds.
Yes, he did. He just tapped himself on the helmet there, Josh Taylor did. He knew he got Newton down the field and just didn't hit him on stride. That's Avery Harris, number 86, that got in on that catch that we thought it was Bell, but it was actually Harris.
So second down and calling about 20 yards to go for the Lions. Trips out to the near side. Rice off to the right of Taylor. He throws it complete to Brock, who's wide open at the 35-30. Cuts to the near side to the 25-20, and he's going to be hit and bounced out of bounds at the 20-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down. They're going to give it to him. They're going to give it to him after a gain of 21 yards on the reception and a first down.
Again, a nice, simple play call. Josh does a great job just hitting Brock on a 5-yard seam route, and Brock does the rest.
And that's what the coaches say. Taylor's just got to take the easy play, the easy throw. Brock moves in motion to the near side. Now back to the far side. Fake handoff. They're going to throw it out to Brock on the far side. It's complete at the 20-yard line to the 15, and he's going to be brought down at the 11 after a gain of 9.
Yeah, another nice play. Got a little movement on the defense, putting him in motion. He came back and hit the flat. Well, what a block out there by Newton. Kept his block, and Brock did a nice job getting upfield.
Brock 4 catches on the afternoon now for 51 yards today. Second down and a short yard to go. Rice to the left of Taylor. Now he shifts over to the right-hand side. Dropping back Taylor. He's going to throw it complete at the 5-yard line to Brock. That's his 5th catch of the day. And he's at the 4-yard line, and it's a first down, goal to go for the Lions.
Exact same play that Brock and Taylor hooked up on 2 plays ago for the first down, and just a simple read again, Dave. Just this time it was only like a 2-yard seam route, and he caught it and got the first down.
Yeah, the reason we were confused about Harris.
That's Harris that's in there right now.
Right.
You're going to see Taylor probably running to the left side of this line.
Taylor with the ball in the near hash mark, and the handoff goes to Rice, and Rice is going to take it in behind the left guard for the touchdown.
Great mix-up by Caleb there, giving the ball to Rice straight up the middle. He obviously saw something in that formation, the double tight end formation, and Harris came in, and he led the trap block right up the middle, and Rice found the end zone.
Rice with his first touchdown. He's got 3 carries now for 10 yards on the afternoon, and the youngster puts the Lions ahead 32-14 with 3:19 to go in this third quarter, and Farfsing in to attempt the extra point. Low snap, but Rutgerson gets it down, and the kick is up, and it's good. 3:19 to go. Third quarter of action from Cincinnati, your score. Mount St. Joseph 33, Bluffton 14 on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Life should be enjoyed, so get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits at ISIPT.com. That's ISI-PT.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538. 3:19 remaining to go in this third quarter of play, and the Lions come back and answer Bluffton's touchdown with one of their own, and they lead it by 19 again.
Yeah, that was a big answer by the Lions, but quick note, I saw Finn. He's done for the day. He's icing that left ankle, and he's on crutches. He's up under the tent right now, but let's hope it's just a bruise and he can come back next week.
Well, that's one thing the coaches in these spring games, Bear, they're going to be a lot more careful with the players than they would be in a normal fall season.
Yeah, you got to be. You got to give these guys an opportunity, and you got some young guys sitting around playing and getting time, and you know what? It's kind of the best thing COVID hitting for these freshmen coming in. They're getting some playing time in the spring.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I wouldn't want to do this every year, but it would be interesting to have maybe 1 or 2 games in the spring.
I think that'd be awesome, Dave. I think you're right.
So Farfsing will kick it off from right to left and back Set to return is Archer and Cummings, and that's a short kick. It'll be taken in by Tucker at about the 30-yard line to the 35, out to the 36-yard line. And again, there's a scrum going on. And the officials finally come in and blow the whistle dead.
Yeah, they waited a little while there. I don't know why. And, Farsine's doing what he's taught today. Keep the ball away from Archer. As you said, they're stacked back there, and right as he approaches, they go ahead and switch. But he'll be squib kicking the rest of the day here.
Ball at the 36-yard line in Bluffton territory, yeah. Archer came in averaging 26 yards a return. He didn't have any touchdowns, but he is dynamic back there. And in the backfield, there's the handoff right up the middle, and it's going up the middle for Bluffton to Mason, and Mason takes it across the 40 out to the 43-yard line for a gain of 7.
Yeah, Mason's had a nice second half here for the Bluffton Beavers, and he's a nice little running back. I believe you said he's out of Kentucky?
Yep, Erlanger,
Kentucky, right across the river.
So final score, Anderson wins 9-1 in softball this afternoon, game 1 of that doubleheader. Mason's going to take the handoff again, breaks it into the clear across midfield to the 40, 35, 30. He cuts it to the near side, 25, 20. Now back to the middle to the 10, and he'll be dropped at the 8-yard line. Wow.
Yeah, it's just the same play. The Mounts defense has been putting Speakman out there on the trips, and he's getting ready to go do what he normally does, but unfortunately for him, right up the middle.
2:27, first and goal for Bluffton at the 8-yard line of the Mount. Boy, what a run by Mason, and now he's out of the ball game. Robinson gets the handoff. He just came in for Mason after that long run, and he's going to struggle to about the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that's a nice job by the defense right there. Again, Bluffton hasn't changed their philosophy. They're going to keep trying to pound you, especially with the young quarterback and Thomas back there. And I got to give Thomas credit today. He's played a pretty good ball game.
Yeah. That was a 50-yard run.
He almost broke
by Mason. Yep.
Was that Anthony Wright that made that tackle as well?
I believe so. Minute 45 to go in the third. Lions lead at 33-14, and the handoff to Robinson right up the middle, and he's going to take it into the end zone for the score. And Bluffton is pulled back closer to the Mount now as they're within 2 touchdowns, 33-20, with 1:37 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, that was a little too quick. I'm sure Rick Thompson doesn't like seeing that, but, he's missing a key component of his linebacking core, and Finn being out in the middle.
Yeah, and in the ball game for the Lions, we didn't even mention who that is. That looks like Charlie Carson, who's in at linebacker for the Lions. So kicking the extra point will be Blandford, the sophomore, out of Delphus, Ohio. Low snap, but they get it down, and the kick is up, and it is good. 1:37 to go in this third quarter of play. Your score, Mount 33, Bluffton 21 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Where are you headed? Where would you like to go? New heights, right? That's why you're going to college in the first place. At Mount St. Joseph University, we integrate academic excellence, world experience, and individual attention so that you can go further than you ever thought possible. In fact, over 96% of our graduates over the past 3 years were employed or pursuing graduate studies within 6 months of graduation. Are you ready to climb higher? Begin your ascent at msj.edu.
Well, 1:37 left to go in this first quarter, I should say third quarter of action. And the Lions now up by 12 again, 33-21. And as you said, that may be a little too quick on the trigger for Rick Thompson.
Yeah, and on the other side, Coach Krebs, you got to be excited that your young freshman quarterback and Thomas has done a great job putting this offense in position to have success and find themselves down 33-21, and especially with a patched-up crew.
So Speakman back set to return for the Lions, and you're expecting Rupp to squib this one again, and gets a low-line drive kick that Speakman has to go back to his 11 to grab it to the 15, to the 20, right down the middle. Now cuts to the near side to the 25, 30, 35. He'll run out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
And that is why you don't let him catch the ball clean.
Yep.
He is a dangerous man, just like Archer on the other side for the Bluffton Beavers. You do not want Speakman catching that ball that clean.
Yeah, if you're the coaches in the Heartland, you try to kick it away from Speakman right now, and in a couple of years, it's going to be Archer that you're kicking the ball away from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Minute 28 to go. Lions good field position at their 37-yard line. Rice is still in the ball. No, check out. That's Tomey at running back. He switches from the left to the right-hand side. Ball in the near hash mark. Taylor throws it out into the flat, and it is complete on the play and out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Just a nice little quick decision again for Josh. Just get the ball out there. Now you're in second and a long 5. And
Kinhalt with the catch, by the way. It's 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
Kinhalt's got some nice hands. So does a lot of these receivers. They do a nice job.
Ball at the 41-yard line. Just about a minute to go in the third quarter of play. Lions by 12. Taylor drops back, looks over the middle, now cuts up the field to the 45. He's got the first down to midfield into Bluffton territory. He'll be hit and dropped at the 46-yard line on the play. Nice tackle coming up and hitting him was Wally Melanson and Marvis McWright, excuse me.
Yeah, that was a nice decision again by Taylor. The mount spread them out. They put Tomey out of the backfield, and that opened up the middle. Did a nice job of tucking that one and running.
1st and 10 for the Lions. That's their 20th first down of the afternoon. Taylor looks upfield. He's going to throw it over the middle. Complete. That's the Samples. No, to Ayler. Ayler has got it at the 10, to the 5, and he's going to run it to the 3-yard line.
Boy, another great decision. The coaches and Caleb have done a great job just making Josh Taylor find the simple route. He hit him on a corner route.
You're right. That was Samples. My bad.
Samples did a great job after the catch. He almost got in the end zone.
And that's what the coaches want Taylor to do. Just take the easy pass and let the receivers, they're good enough to get yards after catch.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll get used to that, and he's done a great job this afternoon.
13 seconds left to go in the quarter. 1st and 10 from the 3. First to goal from the 3. Taylor's going to keep it himself behind right guard, down near the goal line, and he's going to be stacked up and brought down just shy of the goal line, and that is where we will end the third quarter of play. When we come back, it's 2nd and goal for the Lions from the 1-foot line for a touchdown. Your score at the end of 3. Mount St. Joseph 33, Bluffton 21 on UltimateSportsTalk.com. Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports. The NCAA reminds us to ask ourselves, what will we do? Over the last 100 years, the NCAA has helped millions of student athletes find their power outside the field, court, and rink. NCAA, celebrating 100 years of student athlete.
Well, as we enter the fourth quarter of play, it is 33-21. Mount on top of it here over Bluffton, but they are knocking at the Beavers' door. It will be 2nd down and goal to go from about the 1-foot yard line. Josh Taylor in the backfield, empty backfield for Taylor. And he's going to keep it himself off the right side. He'll be hit at the goal line, struggles in, and he's got to be in. Touchdown. Touchdown, Taylor. And the Lions now have extended their lead out to 39-21.
Just as much as I say I hate that play, Dave, with Bluffton pushing their quarterback in, the Mount comes back and they do the same thing right there to give him that 4th touchdown on the day.
Taylor, 17 carries, 163 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns. He's also got another one through the air. He's rivaling what he did against Franklin 3 weeks ago. 14:54, we've just begun the fourth quarter of play, and the Lions lead it again 39-21. Good snap. Farsing puts it up and through. We're just going to keep it right here with 14:54 left to go in the ball game. 40-21. Mount next week will be at Anderson, and then the following week they will be at Manchester, and unfortunately it is doubtful we will be able to bring you either one of those 2 ball games. Not that we don't want to. I'd love to go up there.
Yeah, it's a shame they won't let you come up there and find a spot for you somewhere around the stadium just to announce the game.
But unfortunately, that won't happen. In the fall, it should be a lot different, I would think, Bear. So who are you picking tomorrow? You picking Stanford, or do you have Arizona?
Well, I'm going to be a little partial towards Stanford, just because we run the same type of offense. I think they're very poised in it. They run it obviously a lot better than we do. We just started that offense about 2 years ago, and we're getting better at it. But Stanford just sticks to their guns, and they don't fade away from anything they do. And you know, they're like Gonzaga on the men's side. They can play within their own offensive play. They don't have to call anything. They just got great chemistry and movement on the floor.
Did you try to recruit Paige Becker?
I sure did. I sent her a note. I think she sent it back because we did.
Return to sender?
Yeah, I don't think we could offer her quite as much as she wanted, but we didn't have what she was studying, WNBA. We didn't have that.
Yeah.
But, you know, transfer portal, I'll keep looking for her.
You know, they found LeBron at Akron St. Vincent St. Mary. They certainly could find Paige Beckers at Mount St. Joseph.
Would love to have her.
Definitely. 14:54, ball fell off the tee, but now Farfsing's got it set back up. He'll squib it upfield, and it's going to be bobbled by one of the upbacks, and Tucker is going to come and cover it up at about the 37-yard line for Bluffton. That's where they'll start. Good field position, 1st and 10.
Yeah, if there's one thing I got to say about Farsing, he's got a nice, strong leg, and obviously you don't want to kick to Archer, but you're going to have to work on his squib kicks a little bit more, you know, and get that squib to go downfield a little bit more and maybe work on like we do with the punters and kind of pin it in the corner. And I know a lot of coaches don't want to hear that, so if it goes out of bounds, then the ball comes back out to the 35. So, you know, they're at the 35 anyways. Why not take the risk?
So, ball just outside the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. And Thomas will hand it off right up the middle, and it will go back to Mason. And Mason, boy, he has had an excellent afternoon across the 40, out to the 44-yard line on the play. By the way, in the second game of the softball game, Mount St. Joseph leading in the bottom of the 1st inning, 2-0. Cam McCool getting the start in that one.
Nice. That'd be a good response to come back and, you know, at least split with them.
Lions down in baseball at Freedom Stadium, 1-0 in the 1st inning to Rose-Hulman. They took the first game of that double dip. 40-21 your score here. Mason, fake handoff, and the ball is going to be pitched out to the left-hand side. Boy, oh boy. That was going to Deontay Hall, and like you said in the first half, that one looked even closer to being behind the line.
Oh, absolutely there. You know, and Dante Hall did a great job fielding the ball.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would have started running upfield because I was looking at the line judge as soon as he caught it, and he wasn't sure whether he wanted to call incomplete or not.
So it's 3rd down and about a yard to go for a 1st down out to the 44-yard line. Mason to the left of Thomas. They're going to give it to Mason off the right side, and he'll struggle forward, dive forward for about a yard and a half, and the near official says he's got the 1st down. The far official says no, he's just shy, and they're going to put him just shy of the 46-yard line, so it'll be 4th down.
Again, we go back to this questioning, why aren't we measuring this? You know, I think you got to give him the benefit of the doubt and measure this ball. But
well, I think he's short, but I'll tell you one thing. Their center came right over and wanted to take a look at it, Dustin Massey, and he eyeballed it and didn't look. Now Thomas is going to go up under center, and he's going to grab the football from underneath the center, dive forward. He's got the 1st down. Ball came loose at the end of the play, but the play was blown dead. Gain of 2 for Thomas and a 1st down.
Yeah, that was a good call right there. I was just thinking, why would you have him in shotgun? He did the right thing getting under center, especially with all the big men up front. Just needed about a half a yard and got it.
Ball at the 47-yard line. Dine comes out to the near side. And they've got Locklear out far left. Mason to the left of Thomas. And Thomas is going to keep it on the RPO across midfield into Mount territory. And he's brought down at about the 46-yard line. That's a gain of about 7. 2nd down for Bluffton.
You're starting to see the same thing that you see on the other side in the Mount offense. You're seeing Thomas have that opportunity to RPO, as you said. And this kid's a good quarterback. He's going to be very good for the Bluffton Beavers here.
This offense, though, to be honest with you, Bear, is not conducive to coming from behind.
No. Yeah, I can see that. And you can see they're down. And got to give the Mount a little credit today. They have answered the bell every time Bluffton has scored.
Second down, 3 yards to go from the 46, and that pass blocked by Speakman, who came in on the blitz. Thomas tried to throw it out to the left side, but Speakman went high and knocked it down, incomplete, 3rd and 4.
Boy, what a great play by Speakman, because if he doesn't make that block right there, that ball gets caught, and he might have a touchdown on that one. Speakman, just a great job coming in, jumping as high as he can and knocking it down.
3rd down, call it a long or short 4, long 3. Dine is out of the ball game.
Probably see Mason running up the middle here a little bit and using the beef up front to push that line back.
Mace came in at tight end. He lines up on the left-hand side just off the line. Mason to the left of Thomas. And the handoff to Mason, and Mason's got near the first down. He's got the first down across the 45 to the 42-yard line. He needed to get to the 43. He's got the first down after a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, he did a nice job. That was just a simple, not a speed draw. It's just a read draw, basically. He hands it off to Mason. Mason goes up the middle of the field to the line of scrimmage and chooses his seam, and he goes. He did a nice job there.
Mason now is over 100 yards on the afternoon. He's got 10 carries for 105 yards on the day. 12:26 to go in the ball game, and Bluffton has a player down. We're going to take a timeout. Your score: the Mount 40, Bluffton 21 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Now on the Mount St. Joseph campus, it's the Roar Store. Located in the Harrington Center, the Roar Store is designed to meet the needs of our students, like when you need a textbook. Students can order books exclusively online that they can pick up at the Roar Store through our new eCampus site. eCampus includes 2 different shipping options: free online shipping, textbook delivery hub located in the Roar Store, or delivered to your off-campus residence. It's not just a bookstore, it's an everything store. The Roar Store in the Harrington Center on the campus of Mount St. Joseph University.
Well, Dan Benjamin is in the most interesting diet that you can find in this world, and that is eating during timeouts, and you're putting down so much food, Bear, that even the Bluffton coaching staff is enjoying it.
Yeah, they were laughing at me, but, they told me to eat small meals. They didn't tell me how many meals, so.
So it's first down, 10 yards to go for Bluffton. They do give him the first down at about the 42-yard line. 12:09 remaining to go in the ballgame. Now Thomas is going to keep it on a keeper around the right-hand side inside the 40, and he'll be run out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 4.
Yeah, he's a nice little quarterback they got there, but boy, if that's your third-string quarterback, that's a great find for the Bluffton Beavers.
Well, Hobus and Greeley were combining on the year for about 184 yards a game rushing, and right now with their backup Mason and Thomas, they are over 200 yards rushing. So they've done an outstanding job of filling in. Mason gets the handoff right up the middle. He'll be hit at the line and driven back by Noah Hammond, Gavin Brennan, right, the star linebacker. Yeah, just the whole gamut of defenders for the Mount, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, we'll see what Bluffton decides to do on this play. They've had success running Mason up the middle. He goes out, and we'll see if they're going to give Thomas the option of a run pass here, rolling out in one way, shape, or form.
Mason got hit so hard he popped his shoulder pads open. He had to leave the ball game. They brought in Robinson to replace him at running back. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Trips out to the near side with 11 minutes exactly left to go in this football game. Thomas high snap. He's going to run it right up the middle. He's got it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. He's shy of the first down after a gain of 5, and it's going to be 4th down and about a yard and a half. Call it 2 yards to go for a Bluffton first down, and they'll have to go for it.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if they don't go back to the middle. I know Mason's not in there, but he's had a lot of success getting up the middle, and their lineman who went out who was injured is coming right back in, and that just puts more beef on that line, and they got a long 1.5, I would call it.
Yeah, that was Cade Gravenhorst, a freshman out of Margaretta High School in Bellevue. And what was the official calling?
Not quite sure, but the play clock's down to 5.
10-13 and running. Thomas with Robinson. Thomas is going to keep it around the right side. He'll be tripped up and brought down. Troy Speakman coming in on the blitz, and he tripped him up behind the line for a loss of 4. The Lions hold on 4th down, and they take over the football at their own 38. What a play by Speakman.
What a play is right, Dave. He didn't even hesitate. He was up on the line of scrimmage. Thomas ran away from him. He tracked him down, dove, made a great tackle, and there we go. Turned the ball over on downs.
10:05 to go in this football game. Lions bring Josh Taylor back in at quarterback. 40-21, Lions lead it by 19. And they hand the ball off to Taylor around the left-hand side. He takes it up to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of about 7 on the play for Trevor.
Boy, he's having a great game.
Yep.
He really is. He's been really patient on the run today. You know, waiting to find that seam.
9 carries on the afternoon for 33 yards. Just over a 3-yard per carry average. Second down, 8 yards to go. They'll give him 8 yards on that carry. Tomey to the right of Taylor. Receivers out wide on both sides. Taylor fake handoff, throw over the middle, complete to the tight end, and that's Bell. And Bell is going to take it across the 45 down to the 42-yard line.
Great catch by Bell. Nice route, simple out, you know, and then he breaks the tackle, and the Bluffton coaching staff next to us is not happy with that because the Mount has been able to break tackles today.
13 yards on the play for the reception for Bell. First down for the Lions at the Bluffton 42-yard line.
Yeah, Bell had to go out there. Looks like he had a helmet issue, but Harris will replace him at tight end.
Chase Samples goes out wide to the left-hand side. And Taylor, high snap, but he gets it, puts it into the belly of Tomey, and Tomey gets hit right at the line of scrimmage and is knocked back for a loss on the play. He got brought down by Loudon Saulbeamer out of Troy Christian High School near Dayton.
Yeah, he made a nice hit on the play, and if he doesn't make the tackle, I think Tomey's going to get outside or bounce that outside and have a lot more room to run.
Brock in. Avery Harris has left the ball game. Lions will go with 4 receivers on this play on 2nd and 10 from the Bluffton 42, excuse me. Now York will move in motion. Dropping back is Taylor. Taylor, plenty of time. Rolls out to the right. Now he's just going to tuck it under at the 40, and he'll be run out of bounds at the 36-yard line, a gain of 5.
And that's a great one that I'm sure that this coaching staff is going to point out in the films. There he showed some poise. He didn't have anything open downfield, and he took what they gave him. He tucked it and got about 6.
So it'll be 3rd and a short 5. Kinhalt comes to the near side for the Lions at the receiver. Chase Samples now will leave the ball game. Looking things over is Taylor. Now he'll move Tomey out of the backfield for an empty backfield. Dropping back, he looks over to Tomey. Now Taylor is going to run it up the middle. He's got a gain of about 5, 6. He'll take it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards on a carry and a first down for the Lions, their 23rd of the day.
Well, that was an interesting play there. They put Tomey in motion to the wide side, and nobody went out with him. Then Bluffton went late, and the linebacker started going out too late. So Taylor just tucked the ball and ran right where the linebacker was.
Clock continues to run, which is what the coaching staff wants. Kinhalt out wide to the right-hand side. 2 receivers out wide left. Slot right is Brock. Tomey in motion, or Tomey in the backfield. Now Kinhalt in motion, dropping back Tomey. They're going to throw it out to the right side, and it is complete to Kinhalt. And Kinhalt gets hit at the 27-yard line, excuse me, and he'll be dropped after, I'll call it about a 2-yard completion.
Yeah, he got hit by Archer there, and they're lucky Archer didn't get there quicker because he would have picked that thing off and had daylight down the sideline. But nice catch by Kinhalt there.
That's Chandler's 3rd catch of the afternoon. He's got 3 catches and 12 yards on the catch, so he's been the short man today. Trips out to the far side. Tomey to the right of Taylor, who drops straight back. Now looks to his right. He's going to tuck it under. He's going to run it, and he's going to be hit at the line. Dropped right there. Maybe a yard gain on the play. Now they're going to mark him back to the 29. Loss of a yard is what they'll say, and it will be 3rd down.
Yeah, you know, as a coach, you can't complain there. Josh did the right thing. He could have forced that ball downfield and threw an incompletion, but you know what? He tucked it and ran. Now the clock's still running. You're up 40-21, as you said. You want this clock running. You liked him to get some positive yards there, but in this situation, he's still happy that he tucked it and ran.
6 minutes remaining to go in this football game. Ken Hall will move in motion to the far side. Fake handoff. They're going to throw it to Ken Hall down on the left-hand side. He's got some open territory to the 25. He'll be tripped up and brought down at the 23-yard line on the play. That was a nice tackle coming over from his free safety position in Marvin Barnes.
Yeah, that was a design call right there. It's keeping it simple again for Josh. Had a decent block out there, but I can't remember the number for Bluffton. He got off there, but he couldn't seal the edge out there. And then we get around the edge and we pick up about 7.
Marvin Barnes used to play for Providence basketball.
Well, maybe I'll have to recruit him. He can come play for me.
Dropping back. Throw over the middle. Complete. Taylor completes it over the middle to the 10, down near the 5-yard line. That's Chase Samples with the catch.
Yeah, nice catch. Nice decision again. Short and sweet. And then Samples does something good with the ball after the catch.
Samples his first catch of the afternoon. Boy, the Lions have spread it all around here today. That's the 10th player that they have thrown a pass to today that has caught one.
You love to see that if you're Caleb.
5 minutes exactly to go. Now Taylor's going to keep it around the right-hand side on 1st and goal from the 7. And he'll be stacked up, brought down at about the 9 for a 2-yard loss.
Here comes the workhorse, Tommy. I hope they give him a little love and he gets the ball here. You know, I'd take it out of Josh's hands running just because there's only 4:40 to go in this game, and you know the Mount's up 40-21. I don't want to see Josh take any kind of shot here.
Yeah. Tommy on the afternoon coming in, 10 carries, 33 yards rushing. Doesn't sound like much, but he's done an excellent job out of the backfield today, both blocking and running. Taylor, he's going to roll out to the right, looking to throw into the end zone. Now rolls back to the left. He's got a lot of room on the outside. He's going to cut it to the 5, into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Taylor and the Lions.
Wow, what a run. He scrambled for that one, Dave, but he's got some speed, and he showed it right there as he went roll right, came all the way back to his left, and gets in the end zone for his 5th touchdown of the day.
5th touchdown of the afternoon rushing for Taylor, and he has thrown one other one for a touchdown. He's accumulated 6 scores here today that he's responsible for, and the Lions lead it with 4:12 remaining, 46-21. Farfsey will attempt the extra point again, puts that one up, and it is true. 4:12 to go in the ball game. Your score, the Mount 47, Bluffton 21 on UltimateSportsTalk.com.
Dayton Children's cares about the health of your children. Hi, I'm Kirk Herbstreit. Growing up in Centerville, my parents taught me the importance of being healthy, and now I'm teaching my kids. Childhood obesity is on the rise, but there are small steps that we could take to fight it. Turn off video games and go outside, ride bikes, go to the park, or learn a new dance. Parents, once we get moving, our kids will follow. Get moving!
Dayton Children's, experts you trust, caring for the children you love.
Well, the Lions lead at 47-21 here this afternoon over the Bluffton Beavers, as they are leading it by 26 points here today. And when you look at this amount of points that the Lions have put on the board, the lowest amount of points that they have scored this year have been 21, and that was the first game of the year against Rose-Hulman. They accumulated 56 against Franklin, 41 last week against Defiance, and now 47 this week against Bluffton.
Yeah, they do a great job, and once they get rolling, this is what you'll see out of this offense.
So it's 47-21, and the Lions will kick it off. Archer is back with Tucker. Now, Archer is coming up close. Tucker has fielded the last 3 kickoffs, and Farfsey notices it, and he's going to kick it to Tucker here on the near side. He's going to pick it up at the 30, out to the 35, 40, across the 40, and he'll be brought down at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, just again, he got a nice bounce. He kicked away from Archer, but they're just not getting it deep enough on that squib, and they're getting great field position here. Somewhere around the 40, they're going to mark it at the 44.
Well, I'll tell you, when I saw Tucker go down in the first quarter, Bear, on that collision with Noah Abel, I didn't expect either Abel or Tucker to come back in the ballgame, but Tucker has come back, and he's played seemingly well.
Yeah, he's done a nice job, but I think they've kind of taken him out this last quarter just to kind of save him when they got Mason doing a great job in that backfield for him.
Yeah, Mason's been outstanding here this afternoon. There's a fumbled snap and dropping back Thomas. He lost it again. Now he's got a fall on it all the way back to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, you can just see a little deflation now out of the Bluffton Beavers with that snap. And
16 yards on the loss.
Yeah, that's a big-time loss.
16 yards on the loss. And you could tell the Bluffton coaching staff to the right of us did not appreciate that at all.
Yeah, their coach opened the window and hollered at him, come on, let's get back to the line. And he's right. You got to pick yourself up and get back. You got to go do your job.
Mason over 100 yards today. Thomas 7 yards shy of 100 yards as far as Bluffton is concerned. On the Mount side, 180 yards for Josh Taylor today rushing. Now Thomas is going to keep it up the middle, and he's going to leap over the 35-yard line and be brought down at the 36-yard line, and that should be enough to put him over 100 yards today for Bluffton.
Yeah, it was a dangerous little run at the end. Somebody's got to tell the young man, hey, we're down 47-21 with 3 minutes to go in the game. We don't need you trying to leap over somebody when you're 15, 18 yards away from the first down marker. And he got a good lick by Julius Fisher, I believe, number 33.
3 minutes and running. Finn has been out of the ball game since about the middle of the third quarter. As you said, he's resting on the sideline. Abel's been out since the first quarter for the Lions. Thomas, the quarterback, he's going to fake a handoff to Mason, run it right up the middle, and he'll be hit by Gavin Brennan and also Noah Hammond and be hit after about a 4-yard gain up to the 40.
Yeah, not much running room there. You know, when it's third and long, Bluffton's just going to try and keep the clock running here and then punt the ball away with 2:20 to go in the game. Let's see what Pac-Man Speakman's going to do back there. I know he wants to get the ball as clean as he can and get upfield. So,
well, this fall we'll be going to Bluffton, which is a gorgeous field to play at. Kind of a pain to drive to, even though I'm from up there.
I haven't been in there.
You haven't been to Bluffton?
Not in the fall.
It's a nice facility. And Rupp is going to punt it away. That is a low spiral that will hit at the 30. Hit one of the backs for Bluffton at about the 30-yard line, and it will be downed at the 30-yard line. That hit Omar Warlick in the back, and Bluffton will down it right at the 29.
Yeah, they were lucky there. Troy Speakman was thinking about doing what he did the last punt when he hit somebody, picking it up and running it, and they were smart this time. They picked it up and held on to it.
A lot of people don't realize that that's a legal play.
Yeah, you can take that risk. Like you said earlier, the opponent touches it, you got a free shot at just picking it up and going.
Boy, for being the final home game of the Spring Bear, and it's been a gorgeous day, but what an outstanding crowd here today.
Oh, yeah. The Mount's been pretty lucky with the weather here.
Yep, absolutely. And a new quarterback is into the ball game for the Lions, and new running back, boy, just knew everybody is into the ball game for Mount St. Joseph, and that is, well, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know who that is, a quarterback.
I don't either.
We don't have it on our depth chart here. I believe it's
Nick Ehlers. Is that number 5, Nick Ehlers?
That would be who it is. Nick Ehlers?
Is that how you say it?
Okay.
That
Eilers,
looks like it. I
okay.
can't see his number, to be honest.
I don't even have Eilers on my roster, so Nick Ehlers is into the ball game.
Well,
Eilers, number 5. He's from Springboro, Ohio. Springboro High School, 6 foot, 195-pounder. He's in at running back, or at quarterback. And the handoff to Rutgerson around the left-hand side, and he takes it to the 25-yard line. He'll be stacked up and down after about a 2-yard loss. And it brings up third down and about 12 yards to go. We're under a minute and running left to go in this ball game.
Well, Dave, I'm looking down. I'm done with my meal. No spill on my sweatshirt. Not a barbecue sauce incident like you did.
The end of the season has been good to you, or at least the end of our broadcast season. 20 seconds left to go in the ball game. There's about a 3-second differential between play clock and the game clock. Eilers, the quarterback, with Rutgerson off to the left-hand side. Rutgerson gets the handoff around the right side. He'll be hit at the 30-yard line and dropped right there, and that will be your ball game. Your final score here this afternoon, Mount St. Joseph 47, Bluffton 21. The Mount has won 3 in a row over the Beavers. They are now 3-1 on the season. Bluffton falls to 3-3 overall. I'm Dave Mitchell with Dan Benjamin. We'll be back to wrap things up from Schueler Field after these timeouts. So get up and start. At Iron Sharpens Iron Personal Training, they develop a healthy relationship with you and provide a positive, encouraging environment to train. The staff at Iron Sharpens Iron will set up a personal training system that fits you and you alone. And your first session is free. Are you ready to have fun and get in shape? Iron Sharpens Iron serves the greater Cincinnati area. Check them out at isi-pt.com. That's isi-pt.com. Or call them today at 513-748-1538.
For more than a century, Mount St. Joseph University has prepared nursing leaders who serve their patients with the heart of a lion. Whether entering the nursing field, changing careers, or expanding your professional skills, innovative simulation labs and a variety of clinical sites prepare you to deliver exceptional patient care. With flexible undergraduate and graduate programs taught by highly credentialed faculty, the Mount will help you climb higher. Begin your ascent at msj.edu/nursing.
Well, the Lions win it here this afternoon by a final score of 47-21, and what an afternoon here today for Josh Taylor, Bear.
Yeah, he did grow up a little bit today, but I have to give Coach Hopperton and Coach Caleb some props because they kept it simple for him today. Had a lot of success throwing the short ball, letting his receivers, as you said, do the thing after they catch the ball. What a great job. He hit, 10, 11 different receivers, and then the young man gets rewarded on his own by way of Tommy blocking and running a little bit for him, and he scores 5 touchdowns.
Yep, on the afternoon, Taylor 5 touchdowns rushing, 1 throwing from the air. Taylor 16 of 23 for 207 yards. He's threw the ball 70% completion ratio. He had 2 interceptions, the 1 touchdown. He was sacked twice, Bear. But rushing-wise, 22 carries, 180 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns on the afternoon, leading the Lions in rushing, in which this afternoon they ran the ball 40 times for 240 yards in the ball game.
That's awesome. Well-balanced attack out of Josh. Again, I'm not going to be able to say it enough. You talked about it in pregame, keeping Josh and keeping things simple for the young man. This is the kind of game you want out of your freshman quarterback.
Austin Brock led the Lions in receiving with 5 carries, 58 yards. Chandler Kinhalt, 3 catches for 10 yards. Paul Miner, 2 catches for a touchdown, also with 2 catches. Jake Ayler, Trevor Tomey, Newton had 2 catches in the ball game with 1 catch. Avery Harris, Cam York had a catch. Hayden Bell had a catch in the ball game. The Lions went 11 deep in the receivers today. 11 different players caught passes here this afternoon in this ball game. Trevor Tomey also with an excellent game. 10 carries, 33 yards rushing through the air. The Lions were outstanding. 226 yards in passing yardage today. So when you combine the two, what an afternoon. 465 yards in total offense for the Lions.
Yeah, hard to lose games when you have that kind of success on the offensive side. But, the Mountain defense gave up 21 points. And, my biggest concern right now will be Finn. Hopefully he can come back next week and play. But it's a good thing it was an ankle. Doesn't look like it was anything serious. They had ice on it. He was on crutches, but the young man's a heck of a linebacker. And you saw it there a little bit when he went out. Bluffton started taking advantage of the middle.
Darnell Thomas for Bluffton was 3 of 11 passing for 55 yards, 1 touchdown rushing, but it was on the ground that he did most of his work. 21 carries, 89 yards on the ground in the afternoon. He had well over 100 until he lost 16 yards on that fumble recovery deep in the backfield, but leading Bluffton in rushing was Mason. Mason out of Erlanger, he had 11 carries for 109 yards, rushing just under 10 yards a carry in the ball game, and a long of 49 yards here this afternoon.
Yeah, I like that young man, and Bluffton's got to be pretty high on him. That's your third-string tailback, and, you got to be excited for Mason. The young man did a great job coming in, and when Tucker went out, he did a nice job, and they kept him in most of the game and allowed him to get his feet wet, so to speak, here today.
Lions go to 3-1 on the year, and they will head to Anderson next week, and that should be a good ball game. Meanwhile, Bluffton is now 3-3 on the season, and they will be home facing Defiance. We'll wrap things up from Schueler Field after this final timeout. Every day is a great day at the Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza. The Wishbone Tavern still serves the best wings and burgers in town, but now they offer brunch on Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. And for your next event, use the Wishbone Tavern's party room, capable of holding up to 60 people. Contact Nicole for a reservation. With a menu full of fresh ingredients, hand-breaded appetizers, and a relaxed family-type atmosphere, your good time will begin when you walk in the door. The Wishbone Tavern in the Delhi Plaza, a proud member of the community, open Monday through Friday at 11, Saturday and Sunday at 10. Well, the Lions win it here this afternoon by a final score of 47-21. Their next two ball games, Bear, are going to be at Anderson and at Manchester. We will be unable to broadcast those two games for you, so our next broadcast game will be coming up Wednesday afternoon, and that will be softball action as the Lions will entertain the 17th-ranked Transylvania on Wednesday afternoon. That first game will be at 4. Second game at 6 from Kinder Morgan, and we'll be on the air with the pregame show at about 3:50 with Chris Morris and I. But after we've seen 3 games this year of the spring, what were your thoughts about this Mount team heading into the fall?
Oh, I like what they got. They got a lot of young personnel out there, and you got to be excited that when you had a issue in the secondary that guys were willing to jump in or jump over from the offensive side, and so you got to be excited for that. And they can stay healthy. They're going to be, probably number 1 or number 2 in the conference going into that fall.
Well, it's been good working with you again. We'll talk to you again in the fall.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dave.
Hopefully no COVID problems.
Hopefully not.
That's going to do it for this season, the spring season, and it has been a weird one, but an interesting one and a fun one here from Schueler Field. I want to thank all of our help this year, Blake Watson for helping us out, of course, Melanie Wagner, the athletic director, Dr. James Williams. Thank heavens the name has not been changed to Cicaders, as was told to everybody on April 4th. I really felt bad for Joe Lyon, but we won't get into that. Our thanks to all of the sponsors who suffered with this season with us, and our thanks most of all to you for listening. For Dan Benjamin, I'm Dave Mitchell, reminding you once again the final score. It was Mount St. Joseph 47, Bluffton 21. Until next time, have a good night, everybody.
You've been listening to an Ultimate